Anyways, in
Let me get my own wicket kite.
in the last, that's the first thing they're gonna hear beyond me saying in the last session. In the last session, we picked up the events of Kalen's conflict at the Deadlands Research Outpost. A massive skirmish between 500,000 Third Aegis troops and a little under 250,000 Aradnian troopers led by Kalen and his second-in-command, Leyland Haas. It was borderline a one-sided massacre for the most part. Kalen only lost, I must have my water bottle, 80,000 men, if I recall correctly, by the end of the battle. Yeah, 80,000 men by the end of the battle were lost by Kalen, which, by all intents, for the fact that the others lost roughly 420,000, was an overwhelming victory. However, this victory came at perhaps the loss, but perhaps the gain of not immediately capturing Field Marshal Cantello, but being able to follow him into the tunnel network that he seemed to retreat in towards the end of the battle. As Kalen left a small detachment of men behind to begin his, what would be, and I explained before, would be a 2-month journey through these tunnels to follow Cantello, we went back to the city and found ourselves with Clive finishing up a conversation with Carrie Lee, Benny's fiance. They had a very heartfelt conversation about Benny, about what needs to be done, about the weird conspiracies, who to go to, who they can trust, and how best to handle security and moving forward. And that if either of them ever, or especially in Carrie Lee's case, if she ever vanishes, that she trusts Clive to finish the job for Benny. And that he should look around his house for possible ways that people can get in here, because she got in, which means if anyone else is trained like she is, they could do the same. After looking around, Clive found not the markings of someone that has broken in, per se, but the markings of someone that had already been inside, and as opposed to leaving, leaving damages or scuffs, found something that was oddly clean, as an item that usually was not missing had been removed, leaving a small spot that had accumulated a bit less dust than the others. And as such, Clive realized that one of the chronobolts was missing. But also, he decided it'd be best to not stay home, and so he didn't delve further into that particular thought strand, and instead received a message from Axel saying that he was going to the Deadlands facility, and that he might have found something that connects to the meeting and the weird future he saw, the bad future he saw, and that perhaps it's not fully been diverted just yet. And then told Clive where to find his spare key to his home. Clive gladly took up the opportunity to venture to Axel's place to stay there, with the objective of the next day heading to the civil service spire to assist in integrating more refugees from the recent Aradnian conquests and conflicts, and just whoever else seems to be coming in, as there is a high level of stress due to all the many changes happening in the Empire. At the same time, Ophelia was dealing with her brother, her younger brother, Laertes, who she learned is being, for lack of a better word, groomed into being the vessel for Servasi's remaining power, to become a sort of meta or neo-Servasi himself, the tangible physical embodiment of the deity that was killed long ago by someone, and that has left the once faction known as the Benevolence of Servasi as nothing more than celestial renegades that have been assailing and fighting with Aradnian troops to the north. He said he'd remain here to try and negotiate the release of their father, Brachus, and of ending the conflict to the north and somehow. When meeting with Brachus, Laertes saw he was alive and said, "Okay, I'm done here," walked away. Ophelia had to talk with her father about if meeting Laertes was his plan, and he said no, it was not his plan. He knew that Laertes would come here because he knows that his son would feel obligated by duty to ensure that all living members of his people are brought home, and that he would show up here. Hence why he waited, knowing that eventually his son would be here. Not planning for him to be here, but almost being certain that because of the upbringing of both Laertes and Ophelia, how they are so driven by their own sense of moral codes and obligations and objectives, that he too would feel obligated to come here. Not out of feeling, but out of simply duty. And that he was, this wasn't told to you by Brachus, but later Laertes said that he was told to almost shadow Ophelia, to learn from her, as she technically is, in a way, a predecessor to him and an older sibling, and that if he's to become what Brachus called the perfect celestial, he would need to build off the backs of those who are great. And it seems that Ophelia is this last thread keeping him on this track of growth, and that once done here, who knows what will become of Laertes. We jumped to Axel, where Axel began his journey back to the Deadlands outpost, taking an immediate teleportation circle to the underground facility, or to the above ground facility, and found himself in the midst of combat, or in a building in the midst of combat, as injured people were being ferried to and from circles to teleport them away from the area. He himself was ushered along and sent back underground to the Deep Sight lab, where he saw Onra and Tomas discussing an influx of requests from the core about how Akale was putting in a bunch of orders for some new pieces of some devices or technology that needed to be done within the next few weeks to months, and that Tomas's brother Ishmael had been trying to roll out prototypes for the mechanoids in seemingly a hurry, and that he wanted Tomas, and that Honor wanted Tomas to get on ensuring that a proto or a sort of lesser version of an arcane consciousness could be created to put into these mechanoids. From there, Axel was given time to, or led to, the dining hall for dinner, told he'd come to talk to Honor whenever he wants to, and then saw the entire place overgrown with vines and roots and destroyed structures and no people. And that's where we left off, was Axel in beginning his first week back in the Deep Sight facility. And we pick up, actually, at that exact point in time with you, Axel, at the Deep Sight facility, having just finished food and preparing for another day's work with the team assembled for you.
Gotcha. I'm being attacked by gnats. I apologize.
Axel is killed by a really large bug and is dead. Thanks for playing the vine.
Alright. So now that I'm getting ready for the day, I guess my research starts, I guess that's where I'll start from.
Okay, you have to seek to meet your objectives here.
Yes.
You were loaned a team to assist you, but they don't know what you're doing. They were just assigned to help you for one final week here. So this will be for that week of work, almost. We'll try and take it day by day depending on what you're doing, but otherwise we'll have this be the encompassing week of work here, whatever your objective is for this week.
Okay. All right. For this case, trying to see how we would start this off, because I know the whole point of this research really is kind of like testing the almost not like trying to test the limits without breaking it, but more of trying to manipulate it to some degree. So I guess for this week, since it's like only for the week, I guess it would see how far I can influence, how much I can influence without pushing it too far, without taking a piece of myself. I think that would be my goal.
Since you're getting assistance from...
With that week, that is the best thing I can do with a week.
Since you're being assisted by some of the brightest minds in Aradnian science that pertains to temporal and chronergy-based magics, you can roll an Arcana check with advantage and add a +10 to it. And if you fail the check, the DC that I have in mind, you will be able to use the equivalent of a D10 Bardic Inspiration as well.
Okay.
Only on a failure, though.
And you said a +10?
Yep, Arcana with advantage and +10. And if it fails the DC I have in mind, you will be allowed to use a D10 Bardic Inspiration to add to it. Never mind. I mean, it was a high bonus you got because, again, you're working in a very influential place.
I am a droid, but I built him to be very intellectual as well.
With a 34, which smashes through just about every DC plausible in tabletop games.
It's like Pinnacle.
You, through this week of work, with this team. And I'll say, honestly, with a team like this, you can get this done in the first, like, 4 days to get this bit of work done, especially how high this roll was. The DC was going to be a 30, and you did, I mean, you smashed it by 4 over, almost more, regardless, so. But with this 34 you have here, which gives you a guaranteed success on this, you come to realize that any alterations, any physical alterations you do to anything beyond the scope of your realm requires a piece to go there. It's creating, it's not so much altering the branch as from what you decipher here, from the theories given and the small, not tests, but the small almost simulations run for potential outcomes. To do anything in an alternate timeline involves the piece of you quite literally is you elsewhere. You is what the theory comes to be known as. This theory comes to realize in some other place, in another time, a different version of you in a different circumstance, or a different person, perhaps someone trained by you, a child of yours, you directly, someone influenced by you, some way, in some shape, in some form, word of what needs to be done to make the change happens reaches the right ears because you give a piece of yourself to ensure that that potentiality occurs there. It's as if the you with the information now shares that with an oracle elsewhere. That oracle of you makes a prophecy that in 50 years this event will transpire, and because that oracle existed because of what you did, now that potentiality changes in another timeline, but it requires you to spread that knowledge, that information, that essence of self into another version of someone else, into some other person's mind, another holder of this object, another person capable of viewing different timelines, another chronologist. There is no way to make changes without giving something. And the greater the change, the larger the impact it'll have on an overall time period or timeline, the more it takes. When it comes to viewing from other places and using those bits of information to alter your own reality, it doesn't take from yourself to give away, it takes from others around you. Because you're rewriting a reality where the actions that would lead to what you're seeing never occurred. And as such, if you were to change an event that would shift an entire age of time, then no one would know you're the one that did it because that time period where you gave the information that made the change never occurred. If you were to save a life, then all things that led to that person dying would shift, which by proxy would mean all roads that involved you being involved with that person would shift. Because you cannot have saved someone you never met. And so in these first 4 days, you realize that to change another timeline, it takes from you. To change your timeline, it takes from others. There is nothing free in shifting or viewing time. There's nothing to be gained beyond the end result for those involved. And even then, the end result is uncertain because if there is no person to view time once you or yourself are gone, how can there be a certainty that the branches won't reconverge back to where they're meant to be? But with 4 days of time, that's all you can gather. If you wish to extend this same subject of thought for the remainder of the 3 days, I can give you more, but if you want to stop with that information, that is what you gain.
Yeah. I do. And really, it's for this theory of now I created the whole other theory of it, which is theory of convergence. So what goes around will eventually come back around. So that pretty much if I change something, will it still happen?
You want to spend the next 3 days going through that final subject there?
Yep.
All right, give me the same roll, Arcana with advantage, and add a plus 10 to that.
Understood.
Right.
31. Barely passed the DC again, so I will give you some more information. With these last 3 days, the idea of convergence is brought up to this team of great minds that surround you, and you all begin to discuss, theorize, run pseudo-simulations and experimentations using simulacrum and constructs and the like to see just how far you can push these possible theories. And one thing becomes certain. Convergence cannot happen because it's almost the equivalent of a blood transfusion if blood had millions of different variations. As soon as a new branch is made, it has its own, essentially a blood type, its own DNA, its own signature, and it cannot just meld back in with something else unless there's an overriding factor that could hijack that, metaphorical, metaphysical DNA and force things back into one thing, into some sort of unnatural infinity of existence.
For example, like another example is like as if someone had the other molecule and decided they wanted to go against it, for example, right?
I'd say more like a cancer than anything, where it begins to overwrite the cells that are already there with its own cells, to the point where everything goes from having, blood type A and B to being all blood type C, but only because it merged blood types A and B into something wholly new, where it converged, but it converged to the point where it itself is almost a new potentiality. If things were ever to converge after a change is made, the end result would be an amalgamation of the changes, of the two differences. It would not be a sum of both parts, it'd be the difference of both halves.
Gotcha.
If you were to save someone in one timeline and they were dead in another one, if those two places were to converge, whether they are alive or dead is a coin toss, but the events of the action of those around them based on the actions, or based on the outcome itself, would be something wholly different. If in one world someone died and someone vowed revenge, and in another life they survived and the person went off to be a hermit, perhaps the new convergence, the person dies and the other person goes to be a hermit anyways, seeking something different than revenge. It is a cross of two things, but there's infinite possibilities even there in itself that go beyond the scope of even what the greatest minds here, including yourself, are capable of foreseeing, because time in itself is not a tangible thing. It is all theoretical, and the most they can have to gain glimpses of time beyond their own magics is the monocle you possess, which they themselves are wholly unaware of its origin through these weeks that you spent studying with them. And that's what you gain after the full 7 days. This is the end result of the 7 days. And the final day, the team thanks you for your time. They honestly would invite you to come back and join them. If you ever want to give up your seat in the Adjunct Assembly, come on back to the Deep Side facility and join the chronology team, join the temporal research team. But to be a member of the Deep Sight Labs, you cannot have a station of power as a scientist here. All these people here
because
have
everything is confidential, and they don't want to.
Even then, there can't be distractions in the work here. Everyone down here, from what you've experienced, have the minds to rival you and your peers, but they're wholly invested in their science and their research. These people are why you can transport to and from cities and continents and planes instantaneously, why there are mechanical people that walk around and fight for you or handle industry work, why you have flying fortresses that can bombard cities and nations. It is these minds and labs like this that allow that to occur, and because these minds are here doing this, they can't be up there handling politics or social norms or societal caretaking, infrastructure. They wholly have to be invested in science and research to ensure that tomorrow is always better than today.
Gotcha. Even though I can't be here permanently and stuff like that, I would like the entire 7 days. I think I would be friendly to them as we do it, to like enjoy ourselves as we do it. And I will say, like, pretty much like, even though I cannot be permanent, as I have business I have to take care of back home, I would love to eventually be able to work with y'all again, even though it's temporary. But if I come up with another theory and I need help, I would love to be able to work with y'all, even if it's for a little bit. That's pretty much what I was saying.
As you say that line, you find yourself walking in the lab for the first day of work.
Shit.
Your week has just begun after your departure from the labs previously. The assembly meeting just ended. The tribunal is upcoming. You just finished sending a message to Hawk. It is time to begin your first week of work in the Deep Sight Lab. Or I guess your last week, rather, of work in the Deep Sight Lab.
Uh-oh. I know something's off. So right away, I'm going to peer into the branches.
Roll me an intelligence saving throw, please.
Ready? Hmm.
My mic just got down. My mic just broke. What happened to my mic? Hello? What just happened?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
What did I? What was the last thing I said? My mic just fucking wonked out.
You just told me to roll a saving throw. That's the last thing I heard.
That was weird. My mic just like totally twigged out of nowhere. With the 17, you feel your head begin to throb with pain, a sort of headache, a thrumming pain that makes you not want to look at light or anything for that matter. You kind of wince and try to focus and peer through, and you come to realize that there's nothing to peer through at because there's no alternate time parallel to this right now that you can glimpse, or perhaps you just can't see it as you're struggling to peer through. Eyes almost borderline closed at this point. Finally, the pain subsides and your eyes open, and the team is thanking you for being with them for the week of time and hope you'll come back soon.
I'll just nod to it as I'm like rubbing my temples.
Are you alright,
There you
Axel?
Yes, yes. It's fine. Probably just side effects from all the work.
Hanging with bright minds like us has that effect. We all have spells and things to numb the pain of our brains. It is a common occurrence. You get used to it. Are you alright, Axel?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Right. You just looked like you were in pain for a second. I was just curious.
Time echo. I'll take my journal and I'll write into it time echo.
You write time up on your journal, and you close your journal, and you begin to exit the room. And then you put your journal and write time echo on your journal, and you close it, and then you begin to walk out the room. You still have a few hours left today at the lab before you need to return back, because you will lose, permission or access or authorization to be here, as it was a temporary access you have to this place. What is your passive perception?
My passive perception is... Oh wow. It's a +10, so it'll be 20.
20. As you begin to make your way out of your study room where the other team is also beginning to pack up and clean, you briefly catch someone walk through a door, and then that throbbing pain occurs again in your head, and through just the eye with the monocle, you see them snap back outside the doorway, walk up to the door, open it, and then walk the door again. And the pain ends, and they're not in the hallway anymore.
Oh. Am I in different timelines in different times? Or different time frames, different timelines, all at the same time? This is weird.
And you pull out your journal, write time echo in it, close the book, and walk out of the room.
Back and forth.
You're right, Axel.
I know what's going. I don't know what's going on, but I do.
Roll me. I will allow you to choose here. It'll be another high DC. I'll give a T-shirt. Another high DC. An Arcana check, or I will allow you to roll me an investigation check. And I'll give you investigation advantage or Arcana normal. The DC is high, though, as a heads up. So choose whatever you believe would be the best possible output for this, or outcome for this.
If it's as high as the other one, I might want to do Arcana.
Correction, I cannot give you advantage for this one. You had advantage in the past because they were time related, but I cannot give you advantage on this one actually because this is just you doing it. You have to use your abilities for that.
Yeah. I'm gonna do Arcana.
All right. Woo, boy!
Damn, Lord have mercy.
Oh boy! With a 31. DC was 25, wasn't going to be as high, but it was going to be up there still. With a 31, the only way that something could... You realize that none of what you just experienced is happening at all. You have been in the room since the experiments ended. You're only just now realizing that you've not experienced walking out of the room, writing time echo, seeing the person walk down the hallway. The last thing that ever happened for you, truthfully, was the person asking, "Are you alright, Axel?" That was the last thing that ever actually transpired. Everything else that has happened has been some weird, you want to say, overlap. Almost like a rerun or a redo of an event that already occurred. And for a brief amount of time, you were able to walk through that, almost essentially a replay of what has happened at some other point in time. You realize now, a lot of this because it's so high with your contract, I realize now the person you saw walking into the room was a scientist who had left the lab earlier in the week, and they were heading into that room to get their things. They weren't even here anymore, the person you saw enter that room. You're seeing essentially a replay of the facility at that point in time from when they had left. For just a half a second, you were able to walk through a replay of time. But this isn't due to your own doings. This is due to something that is actively, persistently beyond the bounds of space and time. The only kind of foreign entity in the minds of people that can make you perceive or relive actions repeatedly, the only thing with enough power or energy to do such a thing would be an arcane consciousness like Sunspot. That's the only way you could ever foresee a looping of actions, as there was no magic involved in this. No direct spells or items or anything in your control. This was very much the magic of existence transcending space and time and doing something weird. And the only thing that's capable of harnessing that and somehow putting it into the minds of others would be something like Sunspot, which is in the minds of everyone in the facility.
Oh. 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 Okay. Is there a known way you can disconnect your mind from Sunspot, or disconnect your mind from an adjunct mind?
You can ask.
I will.
Sure, you can ask by all means.
Sunspot,
Hey there, Axel. How can I help you? Heading out soon?
Yes. Is there a way you can disconnect yourself from my mind for a moment?
Oh yeah, by all means. And you feel the warmth, like it vanished, like instantaneously. There's just like a lack of warmth. There's almost like a persistent warmth at the nape of your neck that is just gone, leaving almost like a faint moment of cold spot there before it returns back to normal body temperature. Axel, hello. You never responded. Are you feeling okay? You've been staring up at space to answer the question. Taking as a no.
I don't know what's going on currently. I do, but I don't.
Well, we have to get back to work at our own lab, so we're going to clean up here, and you're free to go and leave whenever you'd like. You can hang out in the facility a bit more until the day's over. You do have, technically, I believe, like 12 more hours here before we need to depart. But we have to get back to work, unfortunately. Again, pleasure working with you, but if you excuse us, and you kind of just free to walk out the room, we have to clean and prepare the lab for the next bit of work.
Understood.
Feel free to quit your job and join us anytime you want. We'd love to have you.
Thank you.
And you walk out the room. You just see people walking through the hallways of the deep site facility, working normally. People going over schematics, documentation, talking into blank air, as if you can assume communicating with Sunspot or someone else via magic. And the lab appears normal by all intents.
Okay. Since my work here is done, I'm gonna try to leave early.
Yeah, sure. By all means.
I don't know what's going on, but it's probably good if I get out of here early.
Alright, you make your way to the exit gate. Flashback above ground to the upper facility. It is calm now. The sounds of combat outside have ended. Guards are on patrol. They see you emerge. They do like a curtain nod or a salute or a bow or just kind of keep walking. You make your way to the exit chamber, head through one of the transport gates, and appear back in the core after the week of work comes to a close. We jump now to Clive.
Yo.
As you awaken in Axel's home on his couch.
Oh, stretch. Kind of look around. Now that, assumedly the sun's out, can get a better look at the apartment.
I'll actually move everyone to the city map for now.
Ooh.
City map. And let's change the clock and move the time forward. Turn off the city light. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Hey.
Wait a minute. You awaken in Axel's home. The sun is out. You have personal tasks to attend to, but also requests by Lanoth as well to see to. The service center, the Civil Service Spire, requires your assistance, your oversight, but at the same time you have the conspiracy of Benny and the Figure 8 killer to investigate. How do you proceed with today?
Excuse me. Howdy on. I think Clive would put the refugees first. Get them figured out, settled best as possible.
Alright. In that case, you begin your morning preparations, depart Axel's home, put the key back where it belongs, and venture over the service spire. It is at the service spire that you encounter a small amalgamation of, a small congregation of refugees, people that are dressed in different attire of cultures and societies and beliefs. Most notably, the ones that you're seeing look to be mainly like women and elderly.
Okay.
Some children. And they look to be not in disarray. They're being taken care of. They're organized, but they seem to be uneased overall, just from the general air of. You're not sure. Just the general air of perhaps being displaced currently in the city, not having somewhere to immediately head to. And you recall briefly discussions of the civil service to build more housing areas in the core for this very purpose. You can now see it in full effect, as they are mainly or estimated in this area to be possibly, I want to say, a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 people in this one batch alone that you're seeing. And the Civil Service Center is a very large, encompassing compound that can house perhaps tens of thousands of people. And there's maybe 1,000 in this one area alone. And they're like cramped in like herd animals, but it's more like they're in like very fancy shanty town shacks, like, you know, like one room homes with beds, doors, windows, but you know, enough space where you could sleep, cook, you know, clean yourself, but not a home by any means.
Right.
Like, this is definitely like prefabbed and built by some major piece of technology at some point in time to give them more time to situate themselves and figure out where they're going to put all these people. And you've been brought in, as you arrive here, I want to tell you you've been brought in because we need assistance in figuring out where to put these people, to be honest. We're not entirely sure yet. There's a lot of them. The civil service was supposed to help us set up more housing. I mean, we are civil service here, but the members of the assembly or the administration were supposed to assist us, and we put a word in with the people in charge, hoping that any security concerns will be mitigated with someone of reputation from the outlands here.
I see.
So please, talk to them. We found we've not dispersed them into groups by where they came from, but they almost kind of put themselves there. And our largest demographic we have is from Shoha. The Dominion of Shoha is the largest detachment of refugees we have coming in, and so they have almost taken the forefront of being the voice for the people here.
Well, alrighty. Thanks for the breakdown. I'll see what I can do for him.
All right. What is your charisma score?
+0.
+0.
It is a 10.
Do not have a bunch of presence upon first arrival in this area. So as soon as you begin to walk out to start getting to work, people stare at you like you're just another guy. Yeah, just another guy with a Radnian regalia and a cowboy outfit.
Howdy, folk. Wave at them, tip my hat to a couple.
Do you want your guards with you at all by any chance?
No.
Okay, that's an important note. You leave your escorts or 2 escorts behind outside. They're not far away. They're like, I'll say within like 100 feet or so, because they won't leave you that far. But they aren't with you as you speak. But gotcha. Just want to make sure.
I'm trying to look like, lack of a better term, just one of the guys.
Okay. Yeah. Some of them just kind of turn and look your direction.
Is there anyone that looks... Obviously, I'm sure quite a few look troubled, but any, like, downtrodden, I guess? Any that look like they might need a little bit of help in the interim while they're here?
Roll investigation or insight, your choice.
Gotcha. Investigation.
20. You see some that look like they were perhaps crippled in battle at one point in time. Any of the young people here look like they were either injured in battle or were not physically not in the best physical shape to be a combatant. So the most you find people that are downtrodden or could use a bit more help are those that look like they've been crippled in battle, like people that are missing limbs or eyes.
Yeah.
People that might be like not like critically wounded, but definitely not in a state where they can take care of themselves, with if not for the Aradnian staff here assisting them.
Mm-hmm.
Handful of people like that, because you would know that before. I mean, this is borderline knowledge, common knowledge for people that know about geopolitics of the area. Before Shoha itself collapsed, it was itself a very large nation that was, in odd ways, a mirror, but different to how Aradnis itself was built.
Okay. Well, shit. I'd offer to go and help him, but my medicine is not great. So I might be doing more harm than good. I attempt to tend to them, I suppose. I guess I'll just, instead of outright helping them, I'll just make idle chit chat with them, kind of calm their nerves about an Aradnian just poking about the place.
Roll me a charisma check.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen.
Just charisma?
Just straight charisma. I'll say you'll understand why in a moment, but just straight charisma.
Oh, man.
14. With
okay.
a 14, this little kid runs up to you while you're talking to other people, and they've made like a paper hat looking like your hat. And then their mom walks over and is glaring daggers at you. She grabs her kid by the arm and kind of like pulls him back behind them, and the hat kind of falls off their head. She just stares at you, and then looks at just kind of generally stares you down for a second, looks over your attire, spots something on you that makes her eyes widen for a second, then she glares at you again and gets to back away with the kid.
I'm gonna invisible mage hand the hat the kid was wearing. Lock your hat, little buddy.
The kid goes to reach for the hat, he's like, "Whoa!" And then as he reaches for the hat, the mother goes, "Don't you come near my child again."
Understood. Turn away.
He's like, "But Mom, he's got cool magic. He's got cool magic."
I was like, "Well, this thing going great." Yeah.
Roll. What's your passive insight?
Insight. Ooh. Passive is 18.
18. This woman that pulls her kid away, as she walks back, people begin to kind of circle her and begin to talk with her. As she looks to be someone of importance in this group. Looks like a trusted figure in this group, it looks like. You hear hush conversation like, what do you think of that guy? I don't know, he seems kind of off. I don't know, he might be nice, he's helping people, he's talking with us. They're having general conversation, she's like, no, they're not. I know he's kind, I know he's like, I saw what he wears. His regalia. And then you kind of hear this faint hushed conversation about that in the distance, but it seems like this woman is definitely one of the major spokespeople for at least the Shohan refugees here.
Okay. By regalia, does she just mean the like Iranian attire and all that?
Roll me. You're good at perception, right?
Yeah.
What's your passive? I'll be nice. What's your passive?
Passive 23.
23. She saw your active assembly pin and got pissed off.
Womp womp.
not the Iranian assembly pin. Just she saw specifically the active assembly pin.
Got you.
You've got normal Aradnian, like, I mean, most of your clothes don't require you're not required to wear an Aradnian flag on your clothes or a uniform, but if you're of a position of station, you're required to wear what you're if you're True Seeker, you have a True Seeker pin or a badge or somewhere, or Ministry, you have the Active Assembly badge that is indicative of just your particular branch of the administration. And she
Got
seemingly
you.
recognized that and was not pleased with what she saw.
Okay. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna saunter out to the group, clear my throat a bit.
They kind of begin to disperse. Let me turn this on. They kind of begin to disperse a bit. And not like disperse, but like they open the circle up. They kind of form like a half wedge behind her.
Excuse me, miss. I don't mean no harm by intruding myself into y'all's conversation, but I noticed you saw this pin and all happen a couple times. Now, I know how this must make y'all feel, but trust me, y'all's safety, y'all's better futures are my top priority.
She
This is
audibly
just
scoffs. Audibly, the movie scoffs and goes, "Our safety? Our better future? Do you hear yourself? Someone that wore a pin just like you is the reason we're here in the first place."
Clive kind of looks up, like, oh, that's what this is about. I see. I understand that, miss.
There are a few like younger dudes or older people that have like not like weapons, but like they're kind of standing behind her, like they're trying to like muscle right now around her a little bit. Not like in a aggressive, but like in a defensive, more like protecting her way.
I have a very relaxed position, like not like saying, "Oh, I can take you guys," but like just like I don't mean no harm type of stance. I was invited to a seat in that adjunct assembly. I come from civil affairs. That's I guess you could say my pride and joy. I enjoy helping people. I just want to make the world a better place, I suppose. Now, not to toot my own horn, but I know quite a bit of the Outlands, and I've seen folk from all walks of life, and I've seen many folk like you before. Truly, I don't know how else to say it, but I'm here to help, so while I'm here, put me to work. What can I do for y'all?
Just looks at you and says, "Bring my husband back. We can start there." A few kind of murmur in agreement.
I really do get what you mean. And I'll take out the wooden bullet Benny made me. I lost my best friend, 2 weeks ago by now? Those wounds never go away, do they? The accent is starting to drop a bit as Clive is letting a bit more of his true persona come out.
Roll me persuasion, and I'll give you a D4 bonus to begin. We'll see how well this goes. If this goes well, we'll keep ramping up the bonus it gets. If you do well in this one, the next one will be a D6 bonus. And we'll keep kind of ramping it that way until eventually you give you advantage and something else perhaps.
Okay.
So persuasion with a D4 bonus, please.
I am going to use a lucky point for advantage.
Awesome.
So boom.
Woo, buddy!
Boosh, damn!
27. Okay.
Yeah, he ain't playing around.
She will. Some of the muscle kind of stops and they lower over their shoulder, and she kind of. Her eyes don't soften, but she gets less defensive, I'd say, rather. Looks at you, looks at the bullet, and says, "There was a possibility we never would have had to leave Shoha, that we would have stayed at home." Wait.
Clive just kind of nods, letting her speak.
She gestures for you to follow her over to one of like the small tent conglomeration areas. You can sit and listen. If I think our conversation is fruitful, perhaps you can help if the others agree to it.
Well, that sounds mighty nice. Thank you.
First we talk, and she will guide you over to the small area in you. Or let it sit. Big group is all like there's a lot of people around you. At this point, walking further in, there's not a single Radnian person around you. I mean, these guys are technically Radnians by nature of what the plan will be, but there's not a single like trained guard or official or a member of civil service near you. You're like surrounded by like maybe 150 Shohan refugees right now in the back of this small section of the civil service compound. As you're led to a small table area to sit down. You see the kid has the hat back on as he's listening, as he's kind of following along. And as you're sat down and hear the story, she begins to speak to you as she sits down and goes, I should explain, perhaps let a bit of my hatred disperse to give clarity as to why I loathe.
That's alright.
My husband was My husband was a member of the takes a moment to herself to collect her thoughts. She exhales. My husband was a member of the Shohan government, the elected official of the government. He had been trying to find a way to broker peace with Aradnis and save itself from the turmoil and perhaps a future war. The night he died, he was heading back to the building of governance to push through a motion that would have Shoha ally with Aradnis. And he'd received signatures from the advisory cabinets. All he needed was 1/3 of the vote to pass the motion, and he'd already received almost half of that before he'd even arrived. And when he had gotten to the building, someone a face I can't forget, that I saw again in this city, had a pin just like that. He was there with his soldiers, and he ignored the pleas and killed my husband and all hope of Shoha ever having a future. The only peaceful officials that could have spared us from being forced to relocate our entire lives elsewhere were killed because some people can't do more than follow orders.
I just let's have a big inhale and then exhale on hearing all that.
This close, runs her hands up, this close to peace. Even if we were a colony or something, we'd still have home. I'd still have a family.
I see.
And then you came here and saying that our future and well-being is your top priority, as if the actions of people that couldn't care less about your work or our goals aren't the reason we're here in the first place. You're only here to ensure our future because now you have to, because we have nowhere else to go. So speak your piece. If you want to help, speak your piece. How can you fix this?
Hello? Hello?
Oh, hey, what's up?
There we go. That was fucking weird. My mic started dying too.
Hell yeah. But you're supposed to say, so speak your piece. How can you fix this? How can you resolve this issue when the person who did this was apparently promoted and celebrated for toppling a government and ruining any chances of us having our security?
The person she's talking about, that's not Caitlin, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It is, okay.
He was a very successful special forces operator that had a pivotal hand in bringing down Shoha. Most of the Third Aegis factions were actually toppled at one point in time either by his predecessors or by his teams. He was involved in a lot of their downfall.
So I figured. And it was Lanoth that asked me to come and help out.
Lanoth sent you here.
And he's in charge of, oh shit, what again?
He is technically the overseer of the ministry on like a grand scale.
Oh, I see.
He's lauded as the champion of Aratus because he is one of the most renowned and decorated warriors of its history. But because of that post, he's mainly just put in the position of overseeing all military and security measures of Aratus. To an extent, he oversees civil service as well because that involves integrating people into society and ensuring that they're secure as well. But his main goal is ministry work, and secondary is civil service.
Gotcha. I'm gonna ask another question. I apologize. Off Clive's knowledge of, I guess, Aratus's let me say that, jurisdiction. You know, is there any place? Because we're waiting for like homes to be built. I know. Man, I just don't want to keep moving them around as the issue. I was gonna ask, is there any like town that would be safe to like move them to again?
There are plenty of Aradnian colonies all across the many different planes of existence that are around here. It'd be just a matter of finding one that people are willing to go to.
Yeah.
Technically, you could send them to the opposite side of this the world right now, equivalently, and have them live over there if you really wanted to.
It's across the world, though.
I mean, there's no guarantee they'd be living. Most of them, there's no guarantee they'd be living in the city anyways because of the space as it is. The core is very much a confined. It is the heart of Iranian governance and administration. You know, there's homes and things here, but not just everyone can stay here. Typically, there's cities that surround it. You know, there are plenty of modular cities as well. Those are like a lot of the modular cities are built out in places where they can house more people in places that are more remote. So there's plenty of places they can go. It's just a matter of if they want to, and then
if
where.
they want to, yeah.
And then once you pick where, it's if they want to go there anyways. Like, do they want to move? Okay, yes. Do they want to move here? Okay, no. Here? Okay, no. Like that. There'd be layers to moving people like this at this point in time.
Right. Oh shit! This one's tough. Well, to come up with a solution for this whole mess would be, well, it would take quite a while, miss. However, there are some ideas rattling off the top of my head. In time being, before more houses are built, we do have places around that perhaps some of y'all folk would be alright moving to. I'd be glad to get a map and point them out to you. Arrangements could be made to relocate a few of y'all. It just comes down to if you do, or if you'd like to, rather.
Roll me persuasion with a d6 bonus, please.
Okay. 6. And I'm gonna burn a lucky point.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Insane. That luck's coming in clutch, man.
Right?
That luck is coming in clutch.
Jesus.
26. She will look over at her kid, look at some of the people around, and say, "Draw your map, and we will take these next couple of days, perhaps this week, to decide, discuss, and choose amongst ourselves. And you're welcome to be present for any of those meetings we have.
Of course. We'll smile across Clive's face.
There's
Like I
no
said,
guarantee
anything I
that we-
can, anything I can help you with, I'm here. When we work.
There's no guarantee we will agree to this. I don't speak for everyone. They just trust me because of who my husband was. And I haven't
I understand.
forgiven Aradis for what they've done. But I have an obligation to more than just myself.
I won't expect you to forgive. I know I'm not gonna at all. Maybe not even think about it. Hawk, or Clive rather, will kind of squeeze the bullet a little bit as he says he won't forgive.
Sure, it's not
In the
bad.
meantime,
Being
we
drawn.
will.
Drawing the map up?
Yep.
Alright. This will be a week-long process, similar to how Axel spent his week before the returning for the Truth Seeker Summit. Researching, you'll spend your week here, helping create maps and discussing the logistics of these people here.
Okay.
We jump now to Ophelia. A
So I'll be
week
right
with
back.
your loving little brother, who has been shadowing you and staring at you with the most cold, deadpan expression that you yourself could make, as he also seems very, very, and let's no surface disinterested in whatever's happening, but he is definitely watching you intently with everything you do at all points in time.
That's great.
He might not say anything very often. He might ask a single question, but half the time he's just sitting there or standing there, just watching you either work, or eat, or write, or read. And unless you speak to him, he does not say a single word besides just watching you.
I probably don't have any reason to speak with him. He's not in the way. He's not actually part of the project.
So he's gonna be like, I don't want to be a bother, but who is that? As you have at this moment, like I'll say, not like long, but like an hour since you walked in this room with with your brother. You know, not like a prolonged amount of time, but he's like, I'm just uncertain about who this person is exactly. They came here and said they would not be a problem and that they are just going to watch, but I'm not sure who they are and why they are watching, nor do they have any of the insignias indicating they have a station here, like a researcher or an assistant of some kind. And you're placing me with this person.
No, this is my brother. He wishes to glean information that will help in talks of peace with Eradnus and my Praevius family, and also the safety of my father.
Your brother! I did not know you had a brother! Hello, brother Ophelia.
Neither did I.
He looks at him and goes, hello, coworker of sister. And he says nothing more. He doesn't give his name. That's all he says in response to being called Brother Ophelia. He does not respond beyond that. And he looks back to you and goes, your brother is not much of a talker, is he? Does it run in the
He's
family?
being affected by divinity.
He's being what?
It's unimportant to our research, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
You must understand, we're not often treated like people.
I have gathered as much from our conversations and just from your disposition at times, but you seem very personal, not personal, but personable to me at times. You show joy when you succeed, disappoint when you don't. It's a very person trait to have.
Well, once I showed it that I was worth the autonomy, I was allowed to be myself within the laboratories. My brother, unfortunately, seems to be at the whims of celestial experimentation.
And you're okay with that?
It's not about being okay with it anymore. He's not mine to look after. Should I really disrespect the actions of my nation during a time of Cold War?
He looks around the lab. Well, I'm not looking out for him right now. If you're not looking out for him, then who is? He is still a boy. How old are you, boy? And he calls across the room. By human standards, 16? Looks back at you.
That would put me at what? Because I'm 120.
I'd put him probably about, I'm gonna say, because that puts you in like your mid-20s, right?
That's the rough idea I've gotten for elves is like you hit your teenager, teenager like normal style.
You're an Asmar, so it'd be different. You don't.
Oh yeah,
age
wait,
like
we're not elves. We're Aasimar.
Yeah, you don't age like elves. You would reach maturity at a normal age. You would just live,
So
and you stay in your prime longer.
Or like Viltruman.
Yeah, so you're in your prime age of being like in your 20s, but you've been in your 20s for like almost 100 years now. He might
basically
actually just be 16.
Oh. No, that would track. I would know about him otherwise.
He looks back over at you and goes, "Hey boy, you're not gonna look after a boy."
Are you implying that I should find more kinship through family ties?
I'm implying you should not let a boy sit in a lab and go mind numb. He's a adolescent. However indoctrinated he is, the mind is the mind. It can only be bored for so long, even if you can hide it. If he gets bored, who says he won't use his celestial magic to blow up the whole lab? You know? Can we risk that right now with you just to the currently stabilized rift? If that happens to break the device, then we have a big problem if your celestial little brother gets bored and decides to go nuclear in here.
There was a far more threatening figure previously guarding him, and he was dismissed in favor of what my brother's true goal is. I'm sure he understands that if he does anything, he will be dispatched as well as our father, and that is against his current wants. I trust that much. We were not a nation of savages. We had honors.
You are a hard person to negotiate with when it comes to taking care of children, aren't you?
Should I not be part of the research currently? Is that your implication?
I'm not implying anything, but this is a perfect excuse for you to take off of work for a normal amount of time and not just sit in the room adjacent to this one, waiting for work to be done again.
Alright, let's test your theory. I'll look at my brother. Is there anything that would be more interesting for you to do?
She cocks her head. Interesting how?
Do you have anything that interests you personally? It is very clear that what we are doing here is purely business. Do you have anything you do for entertainment? Any personal aspirations?
I like to read sometimes.
What kind of reading?
I get to choose.
In Aradness, as long as you are with me, you get to choose. Do you know that you have a preference?
I don't know. I've only just read what has been provided to me when I have quiet time to read.
Well, we have an entire building dedicated to that concept, so, Professor, I will take up what you speak of. I will take him to the library.
Wonderful. And what is your brother's name?
I'm gonna say, honestly, it's probably in character for me to not have picked that detail up with everything else going on at the time. Of all the information to remember, that one was probably lower on my totem pole. It would sound better coming from him.
Looks at Vasily and goes, Laertes. Well, Laertes, if you enjoy reading books and want to become a truth seeker, and if your celestial indoctrination fails, Aradness is great at indoctrinating children as well. You can join us. This is a joke. This is a joke. I am joking.
And I'm the one that cannot deal with children normally.
I've never talked to a child that has no emotion before, Ophelia.
I'm very aware of this fact. You seem uncomfortable talking to adults that don't have emotions either.
It's a lot easier talking to you when we're talking about science than it is about your... How was your marriage, Ophelia? How was your marriage?
Do you want the truth of my marriage?
No, see, this is the problem. Usually you'd say good or bad. You don't just say you want the truth of my marriage. That's the thing you say normally. Get out of my lab! Our lab! Get out!
Well, there's been quite a few people taking large stake in the condition of my marriage, and I'm tired of hearing it.
I was just making
Maybe
a
it's
general
about
observation
time I
about
just
it.
start killing people.
Oh, excuse me?
Don't worry, Professor. You know how to contact me. If anything goes outside of regulation, I'll be here in an instant.
If your brother is good at planar magic, see about getting him like an intern badge or something at the institute, or an apprentice badge. The more hands the
He
better.
is, but his understanding of planar magic is what divinity can achieve, and we are not gods, so it is less useful.
But he has connections to god stuff. We don't. We are not the gods. But
With that being said, not to interrupt you again, but you reminded me I have a very important piece of information I was given regarding the project.
he kind of takes on a more serious look and stands a bit straighter and kind of flips the chalkboard around to begin to write something. What is it? I'm all ears.
My brother has brought forward something that is worth concern. We have already spoken of it, but if he directly addresses this to be a major issue, it should be treated more seriously than before. If we are to breach a realm with our planar travel capabilities we are currently achieving, what is to stop any reigning celestial hands in that region from forcing the door to be whatever they wish, regardless of how we created it?
So on top of making certain they can stabilize, you have to make sure they can isolate, isolation and stabilization, all in one or all in two objects. The more objects we have doing different things, and thus the more likely it is that something will fail along the way.
No, you are overcomplicating it. It is as simple as we need to etch a design into the ruin that gives us the capabilities of instantaneously killing the connection, regardless of how it's powered. A kill switch.
A kill switch. We had an option to close it, but want something that can permanently nullify it then as well.
Correct.
They could be aligned with
Which-
the same thing, to be honest.
May be difficult if we are dealing with proper celestial powers, but it is something that my brother had brought up as a concern that is possible, given that with his bare hands he is capable of minor planar feats.
You should really consider your brother and doctor into randomness. Hey, I would like to see this on a scientific level.
I think you should stop using that word seriously after claiming it to be sarcastic.
I know. I'm just trying to soften the blow a bit, you know?
It was not bad on its own, I promise you that much. I don't believe he's looking too deep into your words.
But if you say kill switch is easier than isolation, but that would involve... See the transition
Spent
for a
more
second?
work for you.
It wasn't work for me. In that case, I gave you a deadline to spend time with your brother because I'll need at least a week to work on this new... He began to erase his old notes off the chalkboard. Or not like all, like half of them. I like to start back at this square again. Which gives you
Alright.
a week of time to also come up with something perhaps for isolation as well. In case that my solution leads to a dead end, I'd like to have a second possibility.
Just remember to keep all future updates in the shared log.
As I said, I will
Although I-
message.
Does he keep a physical one, or does he just utilize the mind?
He keeps like not like a lot of notes, but he keeps like physical pages of like it's like small, tiny, itty bitty script on one page. Think like how you imagine a normal, you know, like a stereotypical like
gosh.
nerd's journal where it's like really small writing on like 100 words on one piece of paper, small writing, and it's got like calculations and symbols all in there, the same thing. And he'll kind of, the paper he uses, he can kind of pull the paper off of the book and put it down almost into like a spell scroll. It's like a wizard spell book, but for arcane equations that would be used in building objects.
Alright. In that case, I'll see him off, as I trust he will record the necessary things and contact me if he needs it.
exit the research room, your brother just looks up at you and goes, "So where are we going to read books?"
Do you not know what a library is? I had mentioned it.
Is it like an? It seems to be like an archive. I've heard of libraries, but libraries seem like they're for more public use. Archives are typically more private or personal. I've been in plenty of archives, but they're usually constrained to their specific subject matter. A library seems to have broad subjects.
That is factually correct. An archive would be mostly dedicated to a single person or a single concept. A library, especially one such as the Radnesses, with so many broad ranges of what the books could entail, covers anything you could think of, although I'm not sure how many different book ideas you could think of currently. It seems like your understanding is very limited. But to try to break it down simply for you, if you were to imagine anything to be on a page in a book, what would it be? Information, a story, a truth, a lie, a fantasy?
I think reading maybe a lie or a fantasy would be interesting. I've read plenty of truths and history books, which I guess also are truths.
I would say history books are also a lie, as the victor often bends things into the favor of their own. But what you say is understood on the nuanced level. I think you could do with a fantasy mystery. Something to unravel with elements that do not exist.
Just nod his head. Perhaps in this library I'll find information that allows me better negotiation tactics as well. My knowledge seems to be limited on things beyond the science and the historical.
I'm sure Ednas has plenty of political books. Or perhaps books on charismatic conversation. I'm not sure. Although I will say they would respect your absolute power more than the twinge of your words. Not to say you should threaten anyone, but you already know that much.
Do you believe that our people are worth saving in this war? You seem disinterested in such topics.
The truth is, after I was given the purpose of discovering the equation, the planar equation, I did take it as the most important thing in my life, and even currently, I was unsurprised to see that my father did live. I was, admittedly, a little surprised to learn that I had a brother, as I believed that my mother had died and had no chance to bear any more offspring. But things are more complicated than what I know. Those people revered me as their gateway to something greater, and that's all they cared for. And so in turn, I made the equation all I cared about, to separate myself from the people. Because they never understood why I did it. They just wanted me to do it for them. And now I do it for me. I truthfully don't even care for Aradness as a nation. They simply have the strongest tools for what I'm trying to achieve.
Roll me, I will say, insight check, or, and this is a bit more toss-up, you can roll me a B100 check for a percentile, for a luck check. Either one.
I'm trying to think of how Fractured Moons have been going. I think I've been rolling too good in Fractured Moon to risk a D100 here.
Alright, then go ahead and roll me insight, please.
+6, by the way. I don't know what I was doing last time. I think it was a +1.
Yeah, we were doing it wrong last time. I think I give you a +4 at best.
You get a +6, and then I went to +1 on the other roll. Oh, on a 6? Go fuck yourself. Do I not have inspiration? I don't have inspiration.
You know what? I will give all of you, for making it this far in the game, DM inspiration.
And I'm burning it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Everyone can put a little mark on the top of their sheet for DM inspiration. Because I realize you guys have done a lot of great stuff with your RP and your characters. Everyone can get inspiration for this. God!
Boom, it's going.
Damn!
Use that inspiration well.
Wow! As you mention that they only saw you as a gateway to something greater, you see, like, perhaps either a twinge of recognition or of confusion in his face.
Was it something I said? That might be the most emotion I've seen you put on since coming here.
You said they saw you as a gateway to something greater, but when I met one of the archivists, the record keepers, they spoke differently of your objective. With that
Did
same
they?
check, your brother could not have been alive when the burning happened. All of the old scribes and archivists were killed in the burning. And he speaks on meeting an archivist or record keeper regarding you particularly, in particular.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Did they recruit a new archivist?
He kind of stops and looks puzzled for a second. Why did I say that? I've never met an archivist or record keeper. I'm unsure why I said that, to be honest.
But you do have memory of hearing someone speak of me in such a way.
Yes. I think.
And you said it was a record keeper or archivist, but you now recognize that that's not possible.
The burning happened when you were still young. Or beginnings, according to at least the time frame, beginnings of your raising and upbringing when the burning occurred. When you were just beginning the path to being where you are now. I couldn't have met them.
Do you have any other memories you've lapsed on?
I've never had lapses of memory before. Just this conversation seemed to spark a recollection of something I guess has never happened directly to me.
Perhaps information to you has been curated to avoid this issue, or its unforeseen consequences if you... Are you merging with a pre-existing consciousness?
What is your passive perception?
Like I said, I don't think this is a very perceptive character. Let me look. My passive is 16.
16. You would notice, unlike the large man, the servant came out of the light before, you blink and there is someone behind your brother.
Huh?
I will show you the
Have I seen this person before? Truth Seeker Institute.
No, yeah, they're no. Yeah, truth seekers, you're correct. The view character artwork, very androgynous figure stands behind your brother, eyes kind of half open with a gentle smile across the face. And as you're talking with him about merging, they just place a gentle hand on his shoulder, and his eyes kind of glaze over for a second, and he just stops walking. Enough of that. You're harming the boy. Apologies for interrupting.
Harming.
You have encountered this figure before. This is Servitor Amarax, the former right hand of Servasian, previously known as the High Priest of the Benevolence of Servasi a long time ago.
Well, a servitor. How unsurprising.
I don't usually do house calls, but I could sense our dear vessel was in turmoil. It is a pleasure to see you again, Ophelia, in good health.
I cannot say I feel anything about your presence.
perfectly fine.
Maybe disappointment.
It is perfectly understandable, any feelings you may have toward me or the others. I had come originally to inform your brother of the encroaching deadline for his preparation. However, I did notice inner turmoil that can't be present for when this final step is taken. I would ask you refrain from conversing with the brother regarding merging consciousnesses by any means, if you'd be so kind.
So I was correct, and whatever he's merging with has memories far beyond himself, and maybe even myself, to have memories of before the burning.
He's not merging with a consciousness. He is becoming the collective conscious of those who have been and those who are now.
Don't be foolish, you know that starts with merging. There's a middle point where both exist at once, and as far as you want, that will be as small of a window as possible.
The less turmoil in his mind when the final steps are taken, the easier it'll be for him to let go.
I see nothing has changed in how you wish to treat people.
I care for your brother as he is, and I will care for him as he will be in the future.
He won't be.
He won't. You're correct. But this
So do not say you care for him. You care for the product he would become. I won't hear it any other way.
I care for all of us. I harbor what remains of Servasi myself, and he will be taking upon that himself, too. If I cared for just the end results, I would not give up my power so willingly. But Servasi will allow us to live freely, safely, and securely. And your brother has chosen to walk the path that will lead us there.
A sacrifice for a greater good.
Not a sacrifice. He won't be gone. He'll be there. Just not only as himself, as a luxury we can afford due to recent changes. I do not...
Why is he...
Oh, continue, sorry.
Why is he here?
I don't know. None of us asked him to come here. We did not prepare an entourage to escort him here. He left with Aurelia himself, and luckily, Emgar followed.
So he's allowed some autonomy. That's nice to hear. He's here because he cares about the safety of all. That includes our father.
He has a heart, which is good. Heart is important.
Only the good sides of the heart, I suppose, then.
If there were any other way to achieve this, it would be done.
You yourself said that it's based on a deadline. That if you could afford more luxuries in the time you have, you would. So it could be done. You are just impatient.
If we wait any longer, we'll all be dead.
And why is that? Do you believe Aradnus to simply remove you?
Do you believe your father to let us surrender?
I'm not sure what to make of my father. I believed him to be dead. Now he willingly sits in that cell, hoping for my safety. Which brings my brother here.
I'm only
Many confusing actions.
I'm a servitor by design of being the former high priest. I do not lead any I do not hold any position of true governing power of my own desire. I simply serve for the sake of our people and for Servasi, and that means your brother currently is my only ward. My only objective. My only focus.
And what is this transformation truly going to do for you? Will it lead to more bloodshed?
Only your father could know the answer to this. This was his plan from the beginning, not your brother being here before new Servas to be made. I am, and will always be, too passive for the likings of the future they want. They believe I neglect to use the powers that could save us, and that we will be forced to suffer due to my own inaction.
Well, there's nothing that I can do, I suppose.
Roll me
I will respect.
insight
Oh.
with advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you say there's nothing you can do, you see a bit of almost guilt or sadness in their face for like a half a moment. This very serene, gentle, calm, almost warm expression shakes for just a wave for but a moment.
Huh. My brother had spoken of a memory he does not have, but a memory that you might. You hold information from before the burning.
That same 23, their expression darkens, and they do not say anything in response to that. They just kind of stare at you for a half a second and go, "Take care of your brother. He might
Of course.
He might be the best of us. I bear more hatred for certain people in Aradness than even your father or Emgar or any others do. I am not impartial. But he is, currently. I am beholden to my purpose, for I have walked too far, and if I were to shift paths now, great tragedy may befall more than just myself. But your brother, he could be everything we need, but only if he wants to. Your father...
You speak of tragedy. Is there a prophecy that I'm not aware of? Something that's been seen? Something new?
There is no prophecy foreseen. The only tragedy that I can see befalling us now is that the last spark of potential good we have created is lost. They kind of reach out a hand toward you and they kind of stop halfway. Mistakes were made with your upbringing. But there is a chance for him to be given something greater than just purpose. But I have no say on this. He won't know I was here. You can tell him all you'd like, but due to our connection to Servasi, I can always change it. Do not harm the boy. That's all I ask. And if he chooses to walk the hard path, let him go. Because I won't be able to. And they are gone in the blink of an eye. And your brother's eyes kind of unglaze and he goes, I can't say for certain if I have emerging consciousness or not. It's perhaps I've just heard things in passing that have stuck with me. Overheard an elder or someone of. I couldn't say. Regardless, I'm interested in this fantasy lie book.
Mystery. The word you're looking for is mystery.
Mystery lie book.
No, fantasy mystery. It is a book that does not reveal itself fully to you until the end, giving you a chance to predict what will happen beforehand, based on your cleverness in the writing.
I have not learned much by way of cleverness or wit in ways of conversation, and perhaps this mystery book will be just the crucial key I need to making sure my negotiations are fruitful.
In that case, it might be more of a surprise book for you.
Do you believe Aratus will let my father go if I come to good terms? Our father.
If I were to come to them and change my mind about previous statements, I believe there is more mercy to be had. But I will not lie, nor will I regret yet that I had already sworn off my father's life a second time. Yet he lives. But maybe some things are worth seeing differently, depending on context.
I'd like to believe such. There has to be a path
Well,
forward where there's peace.
I do not wish for there to not be peace. I do not only seek that Eradnus take more. All that I truly care for is that I am in the most efficient position for my goals. And currently, unless your people can give me more capabilities than Eradnus' greatest minds, I must stand with them.
The only people who could harbor information that I myself do not possess would be the servitors. They are currently our eldest. They are the closest ones to possibly have information that was kept in the archives.
Do the servitors hear everything that you do?
Do not believe so, no. Emgar was hidden in my light to protect me. Our father was beholden to a cell. I have not ever met with Servitor Amarax, but I've heard their word in passing.
Well, you should tell them what I've told you. If they believe they can give me more to work with, stronger tools and capabilities, better truths, maybe they would see me come home.
Perhaps you should have brought Brother then. He seems to be the one most involved in negotiating the return of himself, it seems, in an odd way.
I don't believe my father has communications with home.
But he's a servitor. If he decides that they can offer more back home, then he can make the promise.
Is it a promise that can be kept, or is it hopeful words? He does not know what I have been given here. You've seen much more than himself.
I don't know what he knows or what he can offer. I know what I can offer, but there's not much more than that. I'm aware of our basic abilities, but the secrets we hold, only servitors know.
He has not spoken greatly of bringing me home. He simply wishes that I do well, regardless. If he believed he had something to bargain my return, wouldn't he have said it by now?
Kind of stops, not like walking, but he stops talking, kind of thinks for a second. I guess you're right. Why hesitate? We jump over to Kaylin over the tunnels. Ba, 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 ba. But we jump to Kaylin just a bit before this never happens, because if you recall, there was that week of downtime that transpired for you before you went back to the war zone, and as such, I offer you a gift. I offer you a gift in the downtime, and I kept this kind of reserved until this moment. In the downtime, you would have been given guidance, training, or mentorship by a member of the administration on utilizing a concept, one of the very metaphysical abilities that some of the higher-ranking people of Radness are capable of. If you recall in passing, Heinrich said he could control the momentum and space around himself. You've seen Axton, the annoying Tabaxi, increase some of their stats exponentially, like their overall abilities exponentially when briefly before they briefly combated or consider combating the Knight of Celestial Bodies. You've seen or heard of just general overall power increases that people can gain from using concepts as sort of harnessing these abilities. And you yourself, Kaylin, are offered something similar. You can pick, and it's like playing a cool game here. You can pick who you want to train you. I will tell you each of their current observable abilities, and then you can pick based upon that. The options are, of course, Heinrich, who is able to kind of alter and capture momentum and use it to his own will. There is Jean-Carla, who has been hailed as one of the greatest duelists in Aradnian society. There is someone who simply goes by the name of I, who has an overall concept of just general, or an overall air of just being physically powerful and imposing with the way he fights. And then there is technically Axton, who utilizes a different branch of concepts that are still in experimental phase. And you can pick one of those 4 people, and I will give you an ability based upon that you'd have gained from your week of time working with them. So, duelist, momentum control, general powerhouse, or odd. I'll say like a jack of all trades mixed bag.
Let's do the momentum control.
Hell yeah. If you will please refer to your sheet, you will now see in your features section, after working with Heinrich, that there is a new ability at your disposal, the constant momentum control. It is like a recharge ability, so you can't just use it forever, but once per turn you can roll a d6 to see if it comes back or not at the top of your turn. It's a very basic beginning of this. Heinrich, through guiding you, kind of heard something, goes, alright, so here's how it works. Alright, essentially, I mean, it's hard to explain. We've got a week, though, right? Let's start with the body. Can you feel your molecules moving? That sounds weird to put it like that. And that's kind of like just the general gist you give like a whole week of him trying to like get you to understand how to feel the air shifting around, how to feel like, you know, the prickling of your hair, to feel like the shifting of veins and muscle beneath your skin. And you get it just barely down to the point where you can slow the impact of strikes that are within mere inches of your body from hitting you at full force. Perhaps even diverting them to the point where so slowly don't even impact fully. But only briefly. It's very sporadic, hence the recharge ability, if you can use it properly or not. But yes, that is something that I had been wanting to give you for a little bit here. However, it would only happen on your return when you had that downtime in the city, when you spent your time walking around, just enjoying your break. We jump over, and of course we're going to jump back to the others probably to end the session most likely, because you are currently a few weeks ahead of the 1 week break where they all split up from. But I want to get you going first as well. We jump to you. Well, I will tell you actually what you doing. There it is. I'm looking at this real quick. 1 moment. As you begin your trek into the tunnels with your 50,000 troops preparing to engage the Aegis in these tight corridors, a battle that will have you here for the remainder of your 3 months of this campaign. You fight through pockets of resistance that are torn apart with prejudice. At each major junction, groups of well-fortified Aegis soldiers attempt to slow or deter you. Some tunnels are collapsed to force you down different pathways, but not enough to slow you entirely. With the launch moves they have occurring only a few hours ahead of you, the risk to their own seems to be too great for any major demolitions. However, through the skirmishes and convoluted passages, trails are lost for hours before being picked up again, until you find yourself entering a secluded offshoot of the network. Finally, the chase slows as you arrive at what has been relayed to you by your scout to be a large tunnel and cave system. You know with certainty from your physical and arcane reconnaissance that this network serves as Cantello's current command center in the Deadlands. You can either bring a large force with you to try and break through this command center, or bring in a smaller infiltration force to see if you can't handle things quietly. As a matter of fact, Leyland will look to you and say, Kaylin, I'm getting better at this not calling you Commandant thing, honestly. We've got, the past few, almost a month and a half now through these fucking tunnels. About a quarter of our boys are getting a bit tired and beat up. I'm gonna, if okay with you, send about 25, or about half of our forces back down the way we came in, to secure our pathway out.
Yeah, I think that should be fine. Obviously, they must not have too many forces left when they're just running and leading us a chase.
Yeah, they're getting fucked up pretty bad. Also, some new equipment's been rolled out from the Ministry, or for the Ministry, that I was told to... Can someone bring the boxes up, please? Told to pass it down to our boys and yourself. And they bring out what looks to be the same armor you're already wearing. However, officially now, if you recall the one-shot, officially, you now have access to, one moment here, the Proto Hardlight Blade, which is the weapon you have in your inventory now, and the... Start one? Yep, and the Enforcement Rig, the armor, the Enforcement Rig. Oh no, sorry, it'd be the Garrison Rig, my bad. Which is an improved version of your current armor. Shubink. Shubink. I think it's better, right? Let's see. AC went from 17 to 20, yeah. Overall better armor. It is heavy armor though, because it is like a full, like sleek suit of white armor. You see that there are from the what you're told at least about it, which actually I'll put in chat as well, because a lot of you might not remember this armor does. Can I paste this in chat? Display in chat. There we go. That says to keeper. Thank you, me. Reveals everyone. I might not recall what the Garrison Rig did back then, but this is the armor that has the hard light shield you can utilize as well on it for emergencies. as you see a lot of the weaponry that the Knight Celeste had showcased in the room when he was briefly making himself known to be a threat has been integrated into the armor in sort of experimental ways to see if they can't improve upon the average garrison soldier's efficiency. But you are outfitted with this armor, and you see that most of your troops are in the process, not down here, are putting them on because they're too deep underground, too close to battle to outfit an entire 25,000 man team. But yourself and Leyland both being to don this armor, kind of clamp it on. He looks at you, and he says, "So what's the plan? Are we shock and awe, or are we do this quietly? Honestly, the faster we done, the better. But whatever ensures we get this capture done, I'm game for."
I mean, we could have a distraction with a bigger army, and then having a small team come with me and capture the man while everybody else is distracted with the other army slamming at the gates.
Okay, that could work. All right, yeah, I'm game. And we get back out. I don't believe I've met the Lady Ophelia, but I think we're buddy enough. I can go home and meet the family, right? I'd love to see the lucky ladies with my commandant. I'm sorry, you'll be moving up the ranks after this operation, right? You're aiming for the ministry spot?
Yes, I believe so.
Look at you. Put a good word with me with the assembly, then. I might. This field work seems like a lot at times. Not that I have a problem with it, but I want to see my hand at getting better logistics. He looks at the one box of armor that was given to just the two of you. Perhaps getting this sooner would have been a more viable opportunity. Sir. Alright. I'll give the order. Distraction force. We can slip in with what? You think? Us two and how many more?
Be a small, I don't know,
10 man?
10-man team.
Same wavelength, Commander. That's Kalen, sorry. Alright, he kind of turns around and begins to kind of, like daisy chain the orders down the line in hushed whispers until you see the forces begin to disperse through different tunnels around the area. I need you, and this isn't going to be for large-scale combat, we're going to use the roll for this just for the sake of it. I need you to roll me either persuasion or deception for either tricking or baiting the enemies. It is your choice entirely. And they're going to roll general insight. I'm going to have someone roll. I'm going to roll a general insight check for that.
My persuasion is better.
Hell yeah! Then give me that persuasion or deception. So go ahead, persuasion roll, please. God damn, boy!
Dang.
23. Your men understand the MO at this point in time. They're tired too. They also believe the sooner we get this fighting done, the faster we can get home and gather these fucking Deadlands. And so your soldiers take these orders down to the letter. No one, you see in the eyes of them, no one is seeking glory, no one is fatigued, no one is at wit's end. Everyone here understands that this goes well, they go home. And their eyes are fixed and trained on the mission ahead. Anyone that even seems out of breath is left with the rear guard and told to not participate in the operation because they want nothing but flawless execution for what's going to happen next. And because of your leadership throughout this campaign, the men here are ready and waiting. And the Aegis outskirt patrols are none the wiser as they begin to get picked off and let live some to sound the alarm to then deploy forces to counteract your own troops. I will move you to the map, but I'm going to move some people off of the map now. You see, you're down here. For the sake of this, actually, I'll leave these two here for you guys to deal with. I'm going to remove a bunch of other people from this place now. So give me a moment. I gotta hide a bunch of people down here. One second here. Whole lot of people. There are a lot of guys out here, Devin. It's a big tunnel area. I got a lot of people down here, so you gotta give me a moment. Almost done. I'm just getting rid of. Holy shit! A lot of these motherfuckers. And bam. Leave you there. And bam. I'll leave those there. Alright, I think I'm just about done removing all of the extra things that are in the way. Nope, that one's in the way. Sorry, give me a moment here. You know, you rolled really well, and I gotta reward good rolls. I gotta reward good rolls. Let me just keep removing people. Boom, bam, bam. And these ones, and last but not least, these guys. All right. What in the hell? A dog under my chin on my desk. Sorry, I didn't mean to tap you, buddy. Let's do. I'll just play Coral McCoy for right now. Actually, no. I'll play the Callisto song. I like that one. Kaylin, no initiative required for this initial check here. There's two Aegis guards that are beginning to run in the hall like, oh crap, we go get to our boys, they need help. And you walk out with like you know the Ilang Wolf Brigade scene when they have like the glowing eyes in the darkness. And essentially you guys walking out of the tunnels coming straight towards these two men here. You get a surprise round. As you Ilang Wolf Brigade ambush these guys in the tunnels. So go ahead and make an attack with anything you'd like with advantage.
I'll try out the new equipment later.
Gravity hammer this guy with the fucking lantern. God damn! Yeah, it hits. Roll damage.
What a smacker.
Slam him to the wall. He kind of slams into the stone, cracks his head, kind of rounds his head. Oh! We're gonna let people know. They're in the tunnels. While you're doing that, Laylan's go. You can have extra attack. Laylan's gonna go for this guy over here at the same time while you're doing that. With his surprise round. He's gonna use the hard light blade. Attack. It's not rolling. I broke the weapon. I love video games.
Or just a normal roll?
Advantage still. You're still surprised no advantage. Yeah, I hit. Yep. This head is fucking slamming into the wall. Caved in. Leyland stabs this guy like in the neck as he's grabbing at his throat. A barrage of arcane missiles from the armor. You pelt the guy in the chest and finish him off as your team barrages them with the magic missile darts in their chest, and he is dead. Bam. Oh, nope, not unconscious. I said dead. Bam. And bam. Leon looks to you and goes, alright, Commandant, let's do this fast. No breaks. Because of the guards, find Cantello. Have random as quick as possible. He's gonna. You go through all. There's no wall here. I just put there so you can see the beyond it. There's the tunnels there. Let me put your. I gotta put you on the map now. Give me a second here. Yeah, they want on the map. They don't have enough space yet. But bam, bam. I should put these guys actually take their bodies. Bam, bam. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this would be 9 and 10. 10-man team on the ground. You're free to. Well, just move yourself. I'll move them. Just move yourself right now. I'll move them. Let's see. How many arcane missiles do they shoot per round? If they don't use any charges, you know what? No, your men are trying to get this done fast. They are going to, as you begin to rush up, they're going to see these guys here, and they're going to pop, I think like 5 of them are going to pop magic missile and just shoot fucking, what is that, 20 D4 plus 20? So, the front line, they shoot darts out. This guy here gets shot in the chest, hits the ground. Around the corner, shot in the chest, hits the ground. And these 5 are going to hang back here and cover the escape now. And the other, Layla and the other 3 are going to follow you further in. You hear, with the other one, because it's so quiet in here now, beyond the shouts of people running down different tunnels, you hear the majority of conversations coming from the northeast direction towards the kind of center of the area, you want to say. I'll put like a general map. Kind of have in this way somewhere. If you find any tunnels to get there, it's kind of more that direction. Like top speed, sprinting through these fucking tunnels right now. You guys are moving. I'm gonna be honest, there were a lot of guards in this place. Because of what you did, there's like no one here anymore. You're literally like moving at like the speed of sound. You see nothing down here but darkness. Lanterns going down different corridors that aren't there anymore. As you get nearer and nearer to this next checkpoint, these 3 guys are gonna post up. What's that? 3, 6, 9, 9d4 plus 9. One guard is hit in the chest immediately. I'll say the one with the lantern is dropped so I can't see. This guy gets shot in the chest, drops the lantern, it shatters. The other guy goes like, fuck, I can't see! You're up. I'll say surprise round still, because of how fast you're moving, and these 2 of these are going to stay here and cover this tunnel here. One's going to follow you and Leyland further in.
I cannot believe he's spec-opting this right now.
You rush up. Roll with advantage. God damn, boy! And hits, roll damage. 17 extra attack. Boom! I'll say even to keep him even better, to keep him out of the light, you kind of like swing the hammer and smack him this way, behind you, into the wall. Hits as well, roll the damage. Second swing. Wham! Send him tumbling and slamming the rock over here. Dead.
It's a Bravo 6 going on.
You begin to push up further, and I'm going to actually pause you there for a second as the energy still being carried does begin to slow. You hear angered conversation coming from Gantello's tent as you see troops are beginning to rush out of this back tent or tunnel somewhere, not like nearby, but you see like people are beginning to carry boxes out this back tunnel this way. But you hear angered conversation coming from this tent here. You hear, "Damn you, Contello, we had a deal. We had a promise, you broke the deal, and we don't abide by broken deals unless you have something else to offer now. The Third Aegis has ruined the trust it had with the Fire Plane at this moment, and you are at a very thin line to rebuild such a thing. How do you proceed moving forward?" I will say you do feel like you hear the respond as you're thinking your response and goes, "The Third Aegis understands the withdrawal was not to your liking, Prince. However, you must understand it's for good reason. There are plans in order to ensure the success of this entire operation. You must be assured. I have not failed in my tasks in quite some time. Even now, although the Aradnian troops are banging at the proverbial gates, I've called in the big guns to help ensure my escape, and they should be here no more than a few minutes by now. The only thing we have to concern about is the loss of resources down here, hence why we'd like to request your assistance in moving goods from these tunnels."
Can I tell, like, do I know any of the voices other than obviously Costellos.
You have not heard any of the other voices before. You heard Prince being mentioned, and you heard Fireplane. You're not sure beyond that. You of course saw the Fireplaner soldiers in the battlefield briefly. You heard that the Fireplane was enchanting weapons for the Aegis. But it seems like it was on a terms of a deal more than it was an alliance of some kind. So you understand that perhaps the leader or a leader of the Fireplane is here, and Cantello's negotiating their continued cooperation. As a matter of fact, actually, Prince, I've called upon an unlikely potential ally that seems to have stakes in this big game we all play. The more the merrier. Is that not correct? In the way you put things, yes? The more the merrier, right?
So I think with hearing that stronger forces are coming in within minutes, I feel like we'd probably move in pretty quick to try and just take Costello, because that's all I was told to capture.
Yep, all you just
So
can't tell
the other two, I give a fuck.
Hell yeah.
I mean, they're making deals with them, and now that I've heard that it's just a deal, that probably is better information anyway, because then they were never actually like fully aligned, and they had to get something out of it. So that's very good information.
If you want to try and sneak up to the tent and get behind around the spot where he's talking from, you can, or you can roll athletics and see if you can just speed run up to the tent without sneaking up to it. It's your choice entirely here how you wish to move forward with this.
I'd probably try and sneak up to the tent, because I don't know how many soldiers are still, still back in this area.
Go ahead and roll me stealth. I'll say since you are in darkness right now, or well, not darkness right now, you're in dim light right now. I'll give you a plus. I'll give you a D4 bonus to this because you are in dim light currently. And Leyland will also roll stealth. Actually, Leyland, does he have? Does not have.
Ooh.
Does he not? Is that what level? What class? He does not have that. Leyland's gonna roll stealth. So we're gonna take. We will be taking the higher of your two stealth rolls between the two of you.
Wonder if I should just re-roll that. Say fuck it.
Yeah, go if you want to, go for it.
Yeah. It's got to be used anyway, so I'll use the DM inspiration.
Hell yes. The combined. Oh my gosh, dude. Your average stealth check between you and Leyland to get up to this tent is a 20. He rolled a 20 on his roll. So you two, let me roll perception. Only one perception check currently. Roll perception. Okay. You and Leyland sneak right up behind the tent. You can tell Cantella's right here. And as you get there, there's like a flash of light where there was no light, and you see a massive, I mean massive, celestial-looking man appear and begin to walk up to the tent to the front of it and just peer inside. You see here, I'll show you real quick. There he is. Gargantuan celestial man begin to walk up to the tent, and he goes, "Human, I am outside. Reveal yourself to me." He still goes, "It appears as though the other party of our negotiation has arrived. So please, Prince, if you can follow me outside." What are you doing as you hear the tent begin to ruffle and people begin to walk out of the tent, the opposite direction of where Cantella is right now?
So I'm guessing he's still against the wall.
Yeah.
Right?
You heard the voice like right around in this area, in this back corner somewhere.
I'm gonna use the new proto hardlight blade and just basically cut out his shape and have Leyland grab it, and then we're just gonna fucking run.
All right, I will cut away the back of the tent. Roll. Yeah, I'm gonna have Leyland roll athletic with advantage because. Actually, no, better. I'll have you roll my athletic with advantage because you're gonna cut through. I'm assuming you're gonna like grab him and like toss him into Leyland's arm. So actually, you roll me athletic with advantage. He goes, "Excuse me," and turns around. He's gonna have to roll athletics disadvantage. He goes to grab a blade, almost like trying like pommel, strike your hand away with like a quick draw. You slam his hand back into the sheath, like palm strike him in the nose, and pull him out and grab him. And he goes, "Get off me! Get off me, guards!" And you begin to hear people running around the corner. Leyland is gonna start hoofing it. Half speed, 25 feet this way. You can move your full speed as your guards all aim the darts there. And as you begin to turn to run, you begin to hear and feel the mountain shaking, as if something is like slamming into the mountain, burrowing through the ground. And he goes, "I hope you can run fast, Aradnian." The roof in the center of the large chamber breaks as the dust begins to settle. The frame of Byron lands on the ground as rock tumbles around him, light shining through from far above overhead, as he seemingly has burrowed through the mountaintop of this, wherever you guys are, and goes, "I'm sorry I'm late, everyone." "Byron!" he yells. I need to roll me initiative.
Fuck.
Oh, heck no.
Let me put you on the tracker.
Godspeed. Godspeed, man.
We're gonna, the irony is, we're gonna use Cantel's initiative. Byron is not gonna act on his own because Byron does not care. I'm gonna be so for real. Cantel rolled pretty well. I need to roll for Leyland. Leyland's gonna be the initiative for your troops, to be exact. Just as a heads up. I'm gonna use music, combat. This song. Is this the song I want? It is the song I want. I'm so sorry. I have this song picked. Oh hell no. No, we'll use this. We'll use his song. He earned it. We'll use the Field Marshal song. Top of initiative is Cantello. He's not breaking those cuffs. I'm gonna be so real. He's not breaking those cuffs right now. He is currently been manacled, essentially manacled by Elena, is being pulled behind him. Byron hears the call, looks over in that direction. You don't hear a response from Byron, but you hear, or feel rather, a gust of wind as one of your soldiers takes a pommel strike to the chest. I also need you to roll me a charisma saving throw, please, as you become aware of Byron and his presence begins to weigh down upon you. He's going to... Where's the attack yet? I'm trying to find his attack roll. There it is. Okay. He pommel strikes the center guard behind Leyland and Cantello in the chest once, and the guard goes flying back. He alive, so the guard goes by back in the wall, but half his health is gone. The armor dents and poof, slams into the wall back there. Byron spins and is going to slam this one's head into the wall next to him. 18 does not succeed, unfortunately. Your speed, while you are aware of Byron being within your general vicinity, is halved. Additionally, you have disadvantage on strength and dexterity checks. This guard is killed instantly. Or soldier, rather, is killed instantly. And his head is slammed into the wall. One of the troopers is slammed into the wall. That ends Byron's turn. Cantello's going to try and fight back. Athletics, normal. Rolled pretty well. Leyland, athletics, because he's holding already, advantage. Does not escape Leyland's hold. It is your turn, Caleb. You can, if you help Leyland grab Cantello, you can move at normal speed, both of you. It would take the combined muscle of both of you moving Cantello to move at normal speed with Byron being here.
Do I remember these caves pretty well?
The way out, yeah. And your soldiers looking ready to stall and buy you time with Byron right now, it looks like. The guy next to you, as he's his friend, he literally goes, Commandant, go!
Leyland, we're out of here.
Alright, you can move your normal speed, and I will have Leyland follow behind you once you get to your end destination.
Nah. Dimension door.
Dimension door! Fuck yes! Hang on. 300 feet? Oh, 200 feet. Oh, wait, is it straight line? Was it? How far was the range? 500 feet!
500 feet.
I will say, I can get you, Leyland, and Cantel together. Give me a moment here. I'm gonna move you down the map real quick. Give me a second. Dimension fucking door. Insane play. Unfortunately, I cannot end initiative because, as you know, Byron moves very fucking quickly.
Very fast.
So you immediately appear here. Your shoulders go, Commandant, orders, sir.
Byron's here. We need to get the fuck out of here.
You need to go then, Commandant. And you see they're gonna set up like a firing line in the tunnel. There's a mission here. These are Radnian soldiers. Whatever it takes to get you out of here. You still have your movement. That was just your action. You still have movement that you and him can go. I mean, you could have gone further, of course, but this is the edge of the map, but this just put you there. You could have gone further. But
I mean, is Byron going to be able to catch up? Because I'm going to just use another dimension door next turn to go another
500 feet.
500.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely can. He can close that. He can close that gap in. You saw when he was in the quarry. You saw him cover a couple thousand feet in a matter of seconds. He's an inhuman human man that your soldiers are gonna buy you as much time stopping as possible. It might even require more troops than just the ones here, even the ones in the tunnel on the way back out, to stall for time and get you out of here.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep obviously.
All right.
Going
In that case, I will end combat. I need you to roll me 1d100 plus 50, please. 85. You continue moving through. Troops come through to bar the way for you to be protected on your retreat out. The reports state that before Byron seemingly stops running and fighting, about 85 of your men were killed trying to slow him down. He did get injured. He definitely got injured.
85? That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, actually.
I mean, he wasn't going to run forever. He doesn't, like, you know, it won't get tired, but Byron,
He just doesn't care as much.
as soon as you got through the first, you know, because I mean, there were 10 people or 8 with you in the cave, so about 90 people total were killed fighting Byron in this place. But regardless, because of how many bodies began to bar the way with getting through the tunnel, he turned back, and your troops were able to successfully withdraw with Cantello in tow. Through the general fighting around during this is a very quick operation. You were in these tunnels for maybe like 5 to 10 minutes tops. Only about, I want to say, 100 of your men died across the spread battle. So combined, like 200 deaths total in securing Cantello from these tunnels. And this was done in less than an hour. You were in, grabbed Cantello, got out, and you begin your trek back the way you came. Wow. Fuck yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, I did not hear the dimension door. You know, I did not hear the dimension door. Wow.
That's actually crazy.
With Cantello in tow, you and your forces withdraw from the tunnels, a slow, methodical retreat. Not fully out, but at least away from the vicinity of the general command tunnel and cave system. Due to your combined diversion attack and the general shock and awe of the capture, this strike was beyond successful in measure of how it's taken care of. Even with Byron there trying to rescue Cantello, you notice that no one else tried to help him in that group. The Celestial Man, you didn't see the Fire Plane Prince. No one else came to help Cantello. Even the which you recognize to be those Zealots of Battle, they're very similar in power and rank to Callisto, but not exactly as strong as she is. They couldn't move as fast as your Dimension Door or as fast as Byron could move. So you saw them chasing for a brief moment before you Dimension Doored away and were gone. No one could keep up, and half of them didn't even try because of how quickly you moved to secure Cantello and get back out of these tunnels.
That was such a quick, like, get in, get out.
That was
This is
incredible.
literally
That was
what I
insane.
built this character for.
Take
What-
another DM inspiration because holy shit, man.
Literally just to go in.
I
quick
expected to
extract,
end the
get
session on you confronting Cantello. But we've got like 15 minutes left, so we're gonna jump back to the city group now. Okay. Because a lot's going to happen with the Cantello capture, and I wanted you to get plenty of time to deal with that instead of rushing to the end. So we're going to jump back to the city group. We're going to begin next session with you, Kaylin, in your endeavors with Cantello. Unless this next section gets done really fast, we're going to come back to you. We jump back to the city. I am still in shock. Holy shit. I am still in shock.
That was so freaking precise and skilled. It's insane.
That was absolutely gnarly, man. I am in awe. We jump back to the city now. A week has come and gone for all three of you doing varied states of activity. For the sake of this reunion happening with the groups, and of course for the continuity of it as well, Axel, you flash back at the end of the week in the Truth Seeker Institute, and as you're beginning to make your way out, catch Ophelia and a younger-looking celestial man begin to walk their way out of the building as well. Kind of a few levels down from where you are.
Celestial boy.
Celestial boy, sorry.
Okay. I'll walk up to them. I definitely have a sign of worry.
Well, no, they're like 5 floors below you. To describe the Truth Seeker Institute, it's like a bunch of crisscrossing bridges that go up about like 10 to 15 floors.
And
They're
I can
like
just see them
they're like
from
5
another
floors
bridge.
down on ground level, walking out of the main doors.
Okay, and I can just see him from another bridge.
Yes.
Just jump.
Okay. Oh, I was about to say I'm gonna turn into a bird and I'm gonna fly down there.
You fly down. Ophelia, a bird flies
killed the bird.
down.
Okay.
Axel, you
Pterodactyl.
are dead. Thank you for playing Divine. I appreciate you being here. It was great having you. Ophelia, a bird flutters down in front of you. You know what? For the sake of brevity for this particular instance, the bird is wearing the recognizable monocle that Axel wears because he's not in a combat zone, so he doesn't have to worry about hiding all of his features.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And you would know that Axel can't turn into animals, so you did see. You've seen him do such things before, but you do see this bird fly down right in front of you.
It's definitely some sort of prehistoric bird of some sort.
I will just
Laertes stops
on
and
a
goes,
dime
"Do you
stop.
have a pet, sister?"
Are you to tell me you don't know what a druid is?
Is this a druid?
Transform into back into my human form as I go.
It is.
This is the druid.
It is a druid.
The druid.
Hello, the druid.
It's Axel.
Hello, the druid, Axel.
No. A druid is more of what I specialize in or part of. It's like a circle, a group. Other than that, my name is Axel.
Axel the druid.
That's better, actually. Affiliate, something's going on.
You can't be that vague.
Yeah, honestly, I should probably say, sorry, I just want to be a little bit more dramatic. Always wanted to say that.
My gosh, dude. He's like, oh my gosh, there's something going on, Ophelia, but man, that line was good, right? I always wanted to say that.
So the problem is, I am in between. It's like I'm seeing different timelines, but I'm in between timelines in a weird way.
That's done now.
Oh,
As soon as you get it from Sunspot, it stopped.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, so it was Sunspot.
I'm gonna kill you, Gabe. All I'm gonna say.
I still am gonna say, well, something was going on. Something bad was. Well, I can't really say it was bad. I don't know what was going on, but it was horrible. But now I think about it now, I have to keep things confidential, so I won't really say too much. But I will say, I experienced probably the worst time echo I have ever seen in my life, and I don't know what was probably the main root of it. All I can say is, it might have something connected between me and these monsters, as I'm the only one who can somewhat recall that something with the time was going on.
Are you a time keeper? Are you a chronologist?
No, but I could see in between branches.
Branches of a tree.
Exactly.
How does seeing branches of a tree help with seeing time?
Think of it like timelines. I call it branches, but I'm seeing different. I can see between different timelines.
Your druid friend is very peculiar, sister.
That he is. He's trying to study timelines in order to glean information that other versions of himself may have learned.
Ah, he grabs one of the books. He's like a pile of books and holding in one arm. He grabs one of the books with like his like the slung hand and pulls it up and goes, like in this book we have here. The person that wished to time travel to undo the. It's
Is that the time traveler? Is that the time machine?
It's a book about. Do you know this book,
Looking at
sister?
you, Gabe.
You know this book, sister?
I know most of the books in this library.
He puts at the top of the list of books he's gonna read.
That's
But yeah,
oddly
similar to that.
sentimental of you. But yes, Axel, what happened?
Weirdly enough, as much as I can't say much about, the various things there, but I will say about the side effect. I was hearing people repeat themselves as if I was constantly going back to where I previously saw things, but it never happened until it happened. Somehow I was able to navigate through it. It was like relapse of going back and forth constantly. I was going back in time, and then I was going back in the future, but it was all happening where I currently was, and it was all revolving around me at that moment. But I'm pretty sure it was affecting everything, but I was looking at it as if I still have knowledge.
Are you sure that it was revolving around you, or was it simply that the location you were in was all experiencing it at once? And only you noticed because you are privy to it.
And that's why I came to wanted to talk to you about it, to give me some ideas of props of what could possibly have been going on. There's multiple theories I was coming up with, what you can call it. So far, I call it the time echo theory. Other than that, I don't know exactly what it was. I disconnect myself from something similar to our adjunct mind, and, well, it stopped. Nobody can recall what was going on. Nobody.
A minor arcane consciousness?
Yes, something similar.
I see.
Pretty much, yes.
You're the only one who noticed this discrepancy?
Exactly. And that's where the problem comes to, is why am I the only one who is aware of it happening? Is it because of my so-called ability? Or, I don't know. All I know is I know I'm not the one responsible for it. But it definitely was causing some sort of issue where I have knowledge of what was going on.
In all of the cases of this type of event, you've always been the one instigating it. Isn't that correct?
Exactly. Yes.
And so, if you were not instigating it, do you believe you were accidentally causing it?
No. I'm pretty
Then
sure something else was
doing
instigating
it to
it.
you.
Exactly. Or more of was messing with it, and I was able to perceive it. Now the question is how much was affected by it? Was it only that particular area? Was everything was being affected? The entire branch, the entire timeline was being affected, but I couldn't tell since I am not omnipotent. Oh, well, omnipresent. That's not omnipotent. I'm not omnipresent.
Surely there would be at least one other within Aradnus that would notice something like that, if they
Any
could
time
sense it.
wizards, perhaps.
That is why my initial idea was perhaps it was location-based.
Was there
Have you
anyone
found any
else?
other temporal locations before?
No.
Or has this always been personal?
It's been personal. I've been working with people who specialize in time things, and they never realized it. Now think about it.
That is strange.
I had a really bad headache too when everything was happening. Perhaps maybe my mind is adapted.
Sorry.
It is more likely than not that whatever you've been doing to yourself gives you above the norm capabilities when it comes to noticing time discrepancies. That is similar to how we have been brought up, and my brother here is a very good example of that.
You see him smile a little bit and he goes, "That's cool." It's like me. That's like saying that perhaps perhaps one day I might be able to peer through the branches with no problem then.
I would believe as such.
That's not possible.
In my... Oh?
Oh. You don't know this?
Know what?
The deities control viewing of clairvoyancy is a deific gift. I thought this was... We gotta shuffle the books with one hand, still trying to hold it up. It's not possible to view time and possibility freely, because the deities didn't deem it such. They control the concept of time flow, unless they are hands-off with how they approach it. Unless they give you permission or decide to just wholly ignore mortals looking through time or clairvoyant abilities, it's not possible to do it freely.
Well, Axel doesn't do it freely. He has an artifact.
An artifact? What artifact?
Isn't that how it works for you, Axel?
Yes, I'm like looking at him as if I should trust him. Yes, that is how it works.
Why are you looking at me?
Is your distrust very obvious on your face?
Why are you standing
Yeah, Axel is a very, very straightforward man. So you can say in this, like, he looks at you, looks at him like,
Why are you
I don't really know him.
You keep looking at me.
Do not worry, Axel. If he were to do anything, he would do it regardless of what he's learning. But he
I
won't.
see.
He simply wishes for the safety of my father.
Spent a week reading books to learn better ways to formulate my thoughts.
He wishes to be a negotiator, if that would ease your senses.
A little. Alright. If you trust him, I am going to put my faith in your trust to trust him as well.
Let us hope that
Yes.
your faith is not shattered.
I look at the camera.
Shut up.
Fucking all of you.
Sorry, I had to
All
do
right,
it once.
we jump over to Clive. We'll continue this conversation at the Adjunct Spire when Clive shows back up. Clive, the week comes to a close. We are gonna come back to you and Ophelia's actual weekly goings on next session, because I do want to hear what each of you do with both Larities and the refugees. But your week does come to a close with these two events, and Clive, you find yourself also back at the Adjunct Spire, very coincidentally, making a pit stop there. And you catch yourself walking to the front door as you see Ophelia, Axel, and some random child following Ophelia into the building.
We're so fucked.
Howdy. Who's the
Oh.
kiddo?
Clive, this is my brother.
Huh?
He
That
just
is how I
stares.
felt as well.
He's gonna keep looking at you as he just gives like a curt head nod. Hello.
Tip my hat
If
to
you-
him. How'd you do?
If
Nice
you had found
see
my
you again.
social... If you had found my social actions to be unnerving, you will only find discomfort with him.
He's just a kid. I mean,
Why are you dressed like that?
oh, brother.
This is very practical for the environment we're in currently.
I can see the
this is
funniest thing right now.
Go for it.
Isn't it interesting, Clive, that
Well, he dresses
you
like
can
that
tell
to
they're
relate more with the people. It makes him a better speaker for them.
Oh.
Uh-huh. That was a Skylar side, not a Clive side.
As he says, he says and his eyes kind of. You've been with him for a week at this point. His eyes kind of do that thing where he's taking in information that he might use later.
I fucking knew it. Cowboy Lara tease is gonna happen.
There is definitely a chance he'll be wearing cowboy clothing in the future.
Fuck yes. I got a little deputy.
He will
Deputy
atomize. He's gonna atomize you.
Good cop, bad cop, but the bad cop ends the world.
We were just discussing
Yeah.
temporal distortions. Are you privy to temporal distortion sciences?
It's not my expertise, but I've heard talk here and there. Probably keep up best I could.
I was under the assumption all those in your cohort were of intelligent backgrounds.
Well, some smarter than others. I deal more with the social aspects.
There's intelligence in that as well. It's just different kinds of intelligence. Social intelligence is different than book academic
Book
intelligence.
intelligence? Ah, there you go.
Look,
Well said, young man.
Book.
he just said book, dude.
book.
Oh, we're both stupid. This is great. Well, he's sheltered, I shouldn't say that. Speaking of Axel, good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Clive.
You all get like a
How'd your
mental
research go?
ping in your head, a brief spike of adrenaline that shoots through you that fades quickly, a common method of addict mind to get your attention. As you all are reuniting, sorry to disturb, friends, and Ophelia. However, the Truth Seeker Summit is occurring in 12 hours. Please wrap any work and prepare yourselves. The buzz around the Matrix is that something big is happening. The voice of Aradness is overseeing the entire event. They have even overruled Keeper of Truth. I doubt I'll be much assistance once you're to the Institute, so I'm sure you are completely prepared before arrival.
Oh boy.
Understood.
Okay.
And if the kind of sensation of addict mind kind of fades back to that faint, dull, tingle sensation in the back of your mind. He's still there, but not present actively. Put the time forward a bit. Let's make the time block right here. There we go.
Well,
I'm going to go read these books now.
what kind of books you
Alright.
got there?
Just remember that you have to return them. A library is a place of borrowing.
In exchange. Like negotiating in exchange.
Yes, but they don't take anything except for trust.
Be right back.
They trust that you will bring them back.
Trust is important.
Yes.
He nods his head and will turn, just walk into the building.
So, cute little bookworm?
He was
Kind of
not
books you gotta read.
given. He was not given free choice of what to read at home, and he seems to enjoy reading. So I have indulged him in something that he might get to enjoy for once.
Well, that's mighty kind.
It is.
Okay, if you
more
let
than
me...
mercy.
Oh, I don't got time. Because the True Seeker is later today, correct?
12 hours from now, so at
12
5
hours.
a.m.
Okay.
the True Seeker Summit.
Roughly how long would it take Clive to run home, grab a book, come back?
You can teleport, bro.
You can teleport, or you could run there and
My fault. I forget that.
take you like 2 hours to
Yeah,
run there,
the
run
whole
back.
city is a big teleportation nexus.
Give me like,
I just willingly don't take them usually.
that's fair. Give me like 2 seconds for you. Like, want to grab a young adult. I guess like some you'd see a teen reading 2 volumes of Clive's cowboy material.
Oh gosh, it's happening, Gabe.
Oh gosh, it is happening, huh? All right,
Fault. That's my fault.
grab those
All right,
two.
I'm back. Sorry
Grab
about
those 2 books. I'll
I'm
say,
quite a fan of John Wayne.
hey there, Pilgrim. Laertes, the next time you Laertes, hey there, Pilgrim. I've read these books. I'm here to return them.
Oh my god.
How?
Get a Shimon heart.
As you are
They're
all
definitely siblings.
reconvening in the adjunct's spire, Hawk, Clive,
Ah. What's up?
you are given a faint, like a very dull ping, inviting you officially to overlook, to investigate Benny's corpse.
Ooh.
It seems they've done all they can with the autopsy and all they can with the general investigation with magic. You don't have to go today, but you have been invited to go whenever you see fit.
You. I'd say as we're kind of like talking and joking around, like as a group here, as he gets the ping, Clive's demeanor is gonna, I don't know the right word, darken, I guess. If y'all excuse me for, I don't know, a couple hours, I got some quick business to attend to.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's fine. Just,
I take it your business is about that.
yeah.
If you ever need my help, just let me know.
I appreciate it, partner. For now, I think I'm going to do this part alone.
All right. Stay safe.
I'll wave a feeling, Axel off, and make my way towards the morgue, I guess.
It's over at the Ministry Spire, man, more than anything, but general direction,
Okay.
yeah. At the same instant, not the same instant, but a little bit after this, Axel, a message
Yeah.
comes to your mind. It is from a military arcane consciousness, one that you are briefly familiar with, as it comes to you and says, "This is Ministry Mind. Lenneth requests you present at his office in the Ministry Spire."
I respond back. Yes, I'll be there. All right. It seems I got business I got to take care of as well. It was nice meeting you.
He's reading a book and is paying you no mind right now. He is not listening to you at all.
I can definitely see the resemblance as I look at Philly.
Yes.
I'll talk to y'all later.
We will start with Axel and then go to Clive. Starting with Axel, you arrive at the Ministry Spire and are escorted inside and led up the upper levels where Lenneth's office is. You see there is... I mean, I don't think you've actually been to Lenneth's office, if I recall correctly. But as you're led upstairs, you see it is a long hallway with windows overlooking the city. Imagine like a large bay window off to the left side of this bridge. You're walking this hallway towards his office, and then something happens. Voices and visions, but only in the eye with the monocle can glimpse this. another time start to overlap your reality. You see the door at the end of the hall. Lanoth's office door bursts open. In a blur nearly too fast to track, Heinrich and an injured man in Iradian armor before you. Heinrich looks winded. They kneel above this Iradian soldier. You watch as Lanoth comes strolling down the hallway, sword in hand, a wicked grin on his face. He runs the blade through Heinrich's back. Heinrich spits up blood, then grabs Iradian man, and in a blur, they're gone again. Lanoth continues to walk forward, almost passing through you as you spin to track the other two people. You find Heinrich and the man a few hundred feet further down the hall, almost close where you first entered from. About halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way down towards the entrance again. Heinrich collapses and leans against the wall. He talks with the Iranian soldier before he raises a hand toward where you first entered from, that same door. You see Mariah, his wife, sprinting down the hallway, screaming in rage. Lanoth walks through you further once more, finishing this final step, lunges forward, down the hall, covering it in instants, in the blinks of an eye. A wave of flame, cracking with lightning, soars across from his blade as Mariah launches a crescent moon-shaped slash, as arcane torrent of her own strike, the two blasts meeting in the middle, where Heinrich now lays motionless. The Iranian man is launched through the window from the shockwave, and as the blast encompasses your vision, the view in this other timeline ends.
So the one they were fighting, I don't recognize that person at all, right?
You recognize Lanoth was there. Lanoth is the one that stabbed Heinrich, and Singh was fighting Mariah. And you saw this. The Radnian soldier you saw, you recognize actually from previous work with Clive to be Sana, a soldier that was killed early in this timeline, assassinated by the Figure 8 killer. He appeared to have been at least somewhat cordial with Heinrich in this other timeline, but perhaps was killed in an attempt to rescue this man. But you saw Lanoth with a wicked grin spear through Heinrich and then fight with Mariah, and you know from your knowledge of both Lanoth and Mariah that Mariah most likely definitely died as well at the hand of the Aradnian champion.
Okay. Okay.
We jump to Clive.
Mm-hmm.
Clive, you arrive at the Ministry Spire, different floor than Axel's. Obviously, Axel's up in Lanoth's office. You arrive more in the lower levels, closer to where Ministry Intelligence operates entirely, and enter a room, being escorted by these two guards, these two soldiers, and not wearing they're wearing standard Ministry attire as opposed to intelligence attire, even though you're entering the intelligence section of the building. And as you enter the building and begin to trek down this hallway, you are led into just a small room with a sheet covering what looks to be a body.
Gotcha.
You see just, not a soldier, but just a general person in officious wear, says, "This is him. Apologies for all the delays. There was a lot of discrepancies and work we had to do with intelligence, and the high-ups were really bearing down on us for most of this procedure."
Right.
So, you can look all you like. I'm not sure if you find anything they haven't found yet, but
I'll give it a go.
Do
Maybe it'll be a
privacy.
way to say goodbye.
Or you,
If for but a moment, that's alright.
of course. He will step out of the room.
Clive kind of.
Oops, don't worry about that. Don't worry about
breathes
that.
in, holds his breath for a second, and as he's exhaling, he'll take the sheet down.
It's him. At least unless there's some illusory or trickery being done, it's definitely him. It's not an easy sight to look at. But he's there. They've repaired him, recovered him the best they could with magics and anything they could collect from the scene.
Just fucking melted down, apparently. Clive's just gonna softly take a look over him and see if there's anything he could find with
Investigation or perception, please.
his vision. Investigation, perception. I'll do perception. Dang.
Damn. Perception. 30. Gotta reward 30s. Something isn't right. Not about the body. It's definitely a real body. It's definitely him. Something is different about how there's another incision that shouldn't be there.
Oh. We'll investigate further.
Need to look a bit closer. The stitches look, not stitches, but they are so well blended into the rest of the injuries, you almost wouldn't notice it, but you were there the night he was dead. You found his body.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you tried to look away, you definitely stared too long, if I recall correctly. You saw everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's an extra wound that isn't in your memory right now. Right on his chest. You hear a voice from behind you. Oh dear. That is quite unfortunate.
Am I explaining what the hell's going on?
Me? I don't know what's going on, I'm afraid.
What's so damn funny?
You turn, this person looks like the officer that was just in the room previously, sounds like him. But we'll keep with the same 30 perception check. This definitely is not that man that was in this room earlier.
Is it the same guy? He's just acting different.
He's acting different, yes. You can tell he looks just like him, sounds just like him, but he's not acting at all like him. He's not even trying to hide that he's not acting like him either.
I thought I asked you to give me some time alone.
Oh, I'm so silly. I must have forgotten. He doesn't move. He stands in the corner of the room still.
I'm gonna sleight of hand. Clive's gonna put his hand over his gun. Or I guess the holster. Oh. What?
That's not bad.
I have an idea of how to use the quicksilver.
Okay. Put your hand on the holster.
I'll tap it.
What? What is this? Oh! I'm so sorry. You're confused.
Spill it. What's she up to?
Spill what?
Why is there an incision on Denny?
An incision? He's covered in incision, is he not?
Chest. And I'll point it out to him.
That definitely is a cut on the chest.
I saw his body the night it happened.
I didn't see his body the night it happened.
That weren't there.
Okay. Let's calm down. I am not here to argue over semantics of a dead person. I came to help you.
I was gonna steal his gaze. Hell, you mean help?
Well, do you really think that your friend Galen will succeed in his endeavors, or that you're going to solve this little case you're going on?
Oh, my nerves are going a bit too much here.
I'm just saying. Do you think the powers that be that truly run the show will let either of you succeed in this?
What? I'm looking through my shit like, what can I do? I have faith in Aradness. I have faith in my friends. I have faith in myself.
If you have faith in all these things, then why are you looking for answers? Shouldn't you just trust that someone will find it eventually for you?
It's to get closer to my truth. I'm gonna find out what happened to Benny.
It should probably start with finding out who's the one that helped Callisto get away.
Clive's in me and just like, huh? Just shocked.
Oh! Did I let that slip? Oh.
And Clive's gonna reach out his right hand and a silvery goo is gonna crawl up his arm and form into the shape of a revolver as he hears a click of the hammer being knocked back.
Put his hands up. Oh, I'm so... Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me, please.
Quit with the shit. What you talking about?
You didn't know? Oh, I let it slip. I let it slip. Oh, jeez. Yes, Callisto, the prized warrior captured by your friend in the quarry. Have you heard from her? Is anyone going to interrogate her?
Clive doesn't lower his arm, but he steps a bit closer to Benny. What's your aim here?
I told you, I'm not here. I'm here to help. I'm here to shift your perspective.
The fuck does that mean?
You're looking low when you should be looking high. The only people that can get their hands on someone as important as Callisto would be... You can follow along. The Ministry Intelligence or...
There's no way.
Say the name.
I'm gonna fire into his shoulder.
Roll me attack.
Will do. Attack.
God damn! You roll that damage.
Dink.
14.
He's like, stop playing around.
The shot hits him in the shoulder. He kind of, the bullet hits the cloth where the outfit of this person should be, and it passes through sort of illusion, as if like it hits the person, but whatever the visual they have is not the real one. It hits the person, but you don't see where the bullet actually lands in the body. It's the clothing looks unscathed and pristine still. Ah, wow, 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 wow. Oh, rip your eyes from your skull. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I almost lost my call there.
What a dumb fucking. I would like to attack again if that's
Go
okay.
ahead, make an attack. That does not hit. Second shot.
Ooh.
As this one goes up, you watch the person like reach down, bring a blade up from their like a scabbard you did not see, and cut the bullet. Let's not shoot anymore. I'm trying to be cordial. I'm trying to be helpful.
With Clive's free hand, he's gonna take out one of the daggers he has.
Okay.
on this person.
I'll stab you. I'll do it. I want to stab you, but I won't.
Taking his eyes off the guy, he's gonna cut along the incision on Benny.
Ooh. And so the game begins. You begin to cut along the incision. What do you look for? What are you trying to find?
What could have been the reason for this incision to be
Roll me
here?
either medicine or investigation. If you roll medicine, you get advantage. If you roll investigation, just investigation.
Medicine is not great, so I'll do just regular
29.
medicine.
Something was placed in his chest.
Fuck.
Buried deep.
Fuck.
Tick tock, running out of time. Tick tock.
I'm gonna
running out of
dig with the
time.
dagger and take out whatever the hell was in there.
Dig further in the knife. Bits of blood gradually begin to pour out of the wound. Until you hit
Just
something,
in his head. Sorry, Benny.
hit something hard in the wound. You kind of dig and pry it up from the ground, from the bottom. And as you begin to pull this bloody object free of the wound with that same hand, the person in the corner goes, We'll play another time then, I guess. And he sinks into the shadow of the light beneath the door and vanishes.
Fuck.
As you pull out...
Oh, for flavor, I'll do another shot at him.
Another shot. Make an attack.
Oh, perfect. See, Quicksilver.
I'll be great.
17 does not hit.
Damn
Flies into the wall
it.
behind him, and as the shot fires and you look back towards you pull out of the wound, you see
Bitch.
that shouldn't be there. It's your chrono bullet. The doors burst open. Minish soldiers begin to walk in the room, like 10 of them begin to surround, like a semicircle around you. One of them in more fish armor walks in and goes, "Clive of the Adjunct Assembly, we're taking you into custody for the murder of Benny. Follow us, please."
I didn't-
And that is where we end tonight's session.
Oh, God damn it.
Thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's happening.
Thanks for
I
playing,
gotta
guys.
say, the divine segments have been some of the most entertaining because it gives you little glimpses. Silly little.
Oh yeah, I know. But I'm so glad he did that because I know what I'm gonna do next game.
Oh, just. It's been fun watching the differences and the similarities because Devin is doing something that's been done before but much better. Clive is doing something completely new that no one had a part of before. You, Divine, are specifically seeing fragments of something that had already happened before. And my
Yeah,
stuff's
y'all
also
in
new,
other games.
Actually. My stuff's also new. Gonna kill Gabe though, personally.
Kill Gabe.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you for a very good reason. You know what you did today.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you did today, you
I
motherfucker.
do. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry.
I know you're not sorry. You
I
better
missed
know.
it. Did Heinrich die?
No.
Axel saw a version of Heinrich dying.
Axel saw the previous things.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Like I said, Divine, at the end, you get revealed everything.
But here's the thing. I know for a fact Gabe is gonna twist it up a little bit. I don't think Heinrich's probably gonna die in this one. This Heinrich might be me.
Oh, some of the
I
people
hope
dying in the
not.
previous
I'm
game were very driven by player action.
We'll see what happens. I'm very nervous what's about to happen.
Next session.
But I will say I do have a very beautiful monocle that I plan to use to some degree. There's a reason why I was doing a lot of research.
Axel, if you were in bed with a woman, would you use the monocle to see her favorite position?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Right?
Ask.
Axel is dead.
My God.
Axel would have said,
I know in a
How
bit
did
later
the
than
other-
usual.
How did the other party handle what I just did then?
They went
They
with
didn't.
They had like a 4-man
Oh.
team that went in there. They didn't
Died.
speed through it. They just slowly killed every soldier they came into contact with, and like assassinated like 10 people in a row, like Ezio, and then Byron showed up, and other things happened beyond Byron showing up. Then Byron showed up, and it got even worse.
bro, like I said,
Yeah, I saw my
that-
dead wife.
Oh, we can't talk about all that stuff.
Like I said, Devin, I don't know what it was that was, bro, but that jink was so freaking clean the way you went in and it came right out, bro. That was so clean. That was so clean. That's like one of those moments, like you look at Gabe's freaking team and go, yep, that's special operations right there, bro.
Like, that was so
That was
clean,
clean.
the DM didn't have preparation for it.
It was like, what?
I mean, I could. There's nothing I could do about that. That was just smooth.
It's like, dimension door? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't stop that. Hell yeah.
Like, man, that was like... What was that recent kidnapping raid we did overnight?
Oh, Venezuela.
That was the Venezuelan raid of Orad.
That really was, dog. That was insane. Very, very well done.
So clean. Bro, that's twice now that you dealt with something very clean. The fight but with me and you dealing with the freaking makeshift angel. I said makeshift because there was some crazy stuff going on with curses and stuff like that. But there's that, and then this one, that fight you just did there, bro.
We love Callisto.
Me?
Yeah, she's out. She made it, guys.
Freaking Clive, bro. You know what? You did something I wanted to do, but I wouldn't have done it. You did something I would definitely want to do. I would have been too nervous to do it, but you did it, bro. You played in character on that one. Those shots were nice. I'm gonna be honest, DM.
Start running.
You should give him inspiration for that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Here he has it. I can't give another one.
Oh, you did? No, I'm not even pushing it. I'm just saying, like, in character, that was such an in-character Clive thing to do.
Thank you.
That nigga's a Now, final shot, man. Nigga, 2 shots you got it, but that first shot was funny, bro. He's like, ow.
I kind of fear that you doing that only added to the obvious planting of evidence.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's fine. Well, actually, no, it's kind of weird though, because I wonder how they will see bullets just rained in there. Like, bro, what just happened in there? Oh, but what if those guys are in on it?
Gabe's dead.
I'm here.
Watch the video I sent you.
There's 2 things. Either those shots can actually help your case, because they're like, yo, there was somebody else in here who wasn't who you were shooting at, or they can be like, oh, you shot in here. You were shooting at us. You never know. It could be either of those 2.
What's up, Christian?
But it's okay.
Your citadel.
Your big bro. I got you.
Wait, it's actually called the To Be Determined.
You wouldn't do. I know you wouldn't do that, bro. I'm gonna prove your innocence, bro. I got you.
I didn't know that.
Attorney.
Prove his innocence. You're busy right now,
Axel attorney.
You mean prove his innocence? You're busy, Axel. You mean prove his innocence.
Okay, and I'm saying as if I don't know what's about to happen next. Okay. I'm pretty sure I might die next. I know, but I'm just saying. You know, if he didn't, Axel would have been a person like, objection. He would not done that.
Dab me up. Got you.
I got you, bro.
Next session's the last one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a jam-packed session, guys. Jam-packed.
Axel's gonna freaking release his load in this session.
If everyone's okay with it,
this
I
shit
might
gonna be
even
crazy.
make it. I might even make it maybe 3 hours. Everyone's okay with that.
I'm okay with that. I'm gonna release my load in that session.
Quit it.
Bro.
All right.
Axel is going to explode in that jank, bro.
Okay.
His session gonna be crazy with the stuff I'm
Ain't
gonna
no one
do.
giving you all that, bro. And I'm not watching you jerk off.
Nobody's gonna stop me
Okay.
I'm gonna stop
from
here.
the freaking diabolical mess I'm gonna make.
Calling
Jesus.
whoever I need to.
You know what? Because we're in the end, we'll go with the home team for right now.
When Hope dies, yeah, Hope is definitely about to die, huh? Bro, nah, I'm actually glad I said that. I hate you for that Shatter Faith joke, bro. I hate you for that one.
That made me so mad.
It was so
I had
stupid.
to make one.
This shit was ass.
I didn't realize I said it for like the No, it was so perfect, and I hated you for it. I was like, I'll put my faith in you. And you just go, let's just hope that faith is shattered. I'm like, I
so
know.
mad.
Hey, we know that when it comes
I
to
just do that, bro.
shit, garbage and actual slop, I'm on point. It comes to me like second nature.
Damn, why didn't Gabe hit all that shit, bro? Why did he hit all that?
Oh no.
Nigga just couldn't die.
What?
Why's he dancing like that, bro? He's still going? The thing punched the fucking soul out of him. That's a corpse moving.
Yo,